Ooh la.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm gonna tap in for sure.
Tap in.
You ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover Mother Legends. It's Michael, Shawn, and Shawnee Scott. Jay Black is out.
Good morning.
I think Sexy Mo is going to join us at 7:30. We will see if she made her ride correctly. I just want to let y'all know, I don't know if you hear it in my voice. I don't know if you hear what's going on with my voice. Last night, I had the most incredible session of sleep that I've had in a matter of like 4 or 5 weeks. Let me tell you.
Let's clap that up. Yes.
I don't know what I did, but I'm trying to write down. Let me get you on here. Shawnee, do you still got to put things in so you can't get on
I'm still
live?
putting things in.
Okay, all right. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
All I know is last night, I'm trying to write down exactly what I did last night that had me sleep. It's up, dog. I'm on the verge of tears on how happy I am right now. Like, all I did was, what did I watch? I watched Pam Anderson, Pam and Tommy. There's a show called,
yeah, I saw. I didn't get to watch it, but I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Okay, I'm addicted. I'm not telling you it's good. I'm not telling you it's gonna win no awards. I'm just fascinated by that show. Then I watched a show called The Dark Side of the 90s. So I watched it.
You watched a lot of TV.
I watched a whole lot. And I think I was watching TV because there was absolutely no sports. This is the dead spot for sports because the NBA hasn't gone back to playing. The NFL is done. So now I'm not really a college basketball fan. So I was just on Netflix, Hulu, Prime. I was just checking everything out.
Checking everything out.
Oh my God. And then I took my Z-Quells around, I forget, I think it was around 8:30, 9 o'clock. So let me take these Z-Quells early, right? Mine's even more cheerful than you. You're funny, great morning. So I took them around 8:30. So I'm watching Pam and Tommy, and there was something else I was actually checking out. I forget what it was.
Did you watch Inventing Anna?
I almost started it, but there's another show I have to watch before that called Euphoria. That's on HBO Max with Selena Gomez. It's this whole drug addiction thing that everybody's talking about. And my oldest was like, listen, it's inappropriate, Dad. I watched it. You need to watch it. Finally got some sleep. And Shawnee was popping on Media Room 360 TV. Love it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Shawn. Yeah.
What do you mean you were popping on Media Room 360?
Big Bink wanted to go live yesterday, so we did a short Big Bink's break room. Shawn popped in.
On IG Live or on Media Room
360? On Media Room 360, yeah.
Dope. Shout out to Bink. Sudden, I feel sleepiness coming upon me. And anybody who's ever struggled with sleeping knows when you feel that feeling, like you get excited. You like, there's no way I'm about to fall asleep right now. I said, there's no way on God's green earth that I'm falling asleep. So I turned off all the lights downstairs. I went to bed. And I got this little machine. I know. Did I tell you about the machine I have that plays the soothing noises next to my bed?
I ain't know about that.
All right. So I got a machine that plays. You can change it from like water dripping or like the ocean. So my thing is the ocean.
All right. All the water.
So I put the water on. I got me a glass of water because I need a glass of water next to me. I put some ice in it, and I because I'm used to putting the TV on, so the TV was still on. Then all of a sudden I felt sleep coming. I said, the sleep is coming. Choo choo. I could feel the sleep coming. It was coming around the mountain, y'all. It was coming around the mountain. I said, the sleep train is about to be upon me. I said, I cannot believe this. Because my fiance goes to sleep on demand. She just puts the blanket over her head and is like, pow. And I was like, I'm about to join you. B word, I'm about to join you. I'm about to join you. And I turned the TV off and the water was going. And I was on the beach. And when I tell you I fell asleep so hard, Stacy's alarm went off. I don't know why we both set our phones. We're both waking up at the same time. So both our phones go off. Like Sometimes at the same time, sometimes I heard the alarm go off. It didn't even bother me. I was like, I'm still asleep. That was the water. The water was still going. And she got up. She never gets out the bed before me, right? I said, yeah, still asleep. And I got up, man. When I tell you, normally I get up on that. Oh God, I can't believe I gotta get up. I popped up, walked the dog. I started people's cars. I started Stacey's car. I started Amani's car. I started people's cars. I turned my car on for no reason. I wouldn't even go nowhere. I just want to start my car up. I wouldn't go nowhere. It's like that. Can't sleep. It's hard. Yeah, you already know what it is. So I'm letting you know right now, I probably got too much energy today. Like I'm probably too far to the left.
That's far good to the left. You got some rest. That's good. You and Jay Black need to get rest. Y'all, and you don't realize it.
Listen, I'm taking advantage of this energy. I gotta go get this haircut. I haven't gotten a haircut since I've been to Jersey. That's why I look the way I look right now. I gotta find a bar. Well, I have a barber. Shout out to my man E, but he's not my barber Rio from Texas. But I gotta get my haircut today. Damn it, if it ain't raining.
Get your haircut today? What's going on?
No, I just gotta get, because I haven't had a haircut. Like I look crazy right now. Like my line is like I'm doing a whole bunch by myself trying to work stuff out. I'm like, it's not working.
You don't look bad.
But thank you. But I still like I don't have any type.
Oh, let me be careful in saying that.
Be careful. Be careful.
No rumor started.
You should have got it when you was when I was in Texas, girl. You should have got it when I was in Texas.
Somebody saying, see, I knew.
I knew it. I knew it all the time. There's a question, but I don't know. I think that would be messy for me to ask you because it's happening in where you live at.
Oh no, you know how we are.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me write this reminder down. Let me write this reminder. Let me write this reminder down. You know, I got too much sleep when I'm writing reminders down right now. Because I think there was a separation. I think a group broke up that we knew, and I think they broke up. And there must have been something that went on. All right. So how was your night? I got sleep. How was your night?
It wasn't bad. I had to go to work to my other job. So my best friend came over here and sat with the girls. They were supposed to help her take her hair down, her braids out. So when I got home after work, braids weren't out. So I stayed up till about midnight taking braids down.
Whose braids were supposed to come out?
Oh, my best friend. She needed help taking her braids out.
And so the girls didn't do what they were supposed to do?
Because they had to they wasn't doing the other stuff. So it's just crazy over here in this house. Like, and then today, it's freezing here. So some of the schools are closed.
Oh, it got that cold?
Yeah, tomorrow they'll probably close the girls because like today is going to drop down to 28 degrees.
Oh.
Today and tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain.
I hope them grids are okay.
One of them's grades are okay, I believe. The other one, I'm not so sure, but we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen here. But my night I was a mom. Ain't nothing excited happened. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a boring night.
That's good. Boring nights is good.
I had a boring night. No flying to Vegas. Like the pumpkin, the little carriage turns into a pumpkin.
No, but it's good. You gotta have them boring nights are the ones that really get you energized and charged. But so it's 28 degrees out there in Texas. I tell you right now, I bet you my former apartment complex got some problems with that with the electric. I guarantee you.
Oh, James, no, they don't have their phones back. When I said no, I'm cutting the service off. No. And
did you confiscated the bootleg phone? It was a burner phone. One of your daughters had. So you confiscated that. So they have no. So what's going on with the iPads? They trying to make phone calls on the iPad?
Yeah, well, they talk through IG.
Oh, so they
don't necessarily call, or they get on Zoom. Like how we used to do 3-way.
Right.
They get on Zoom and talk. So they don't necessarily have to have a phone. Yeah.
Be careful with that 3-way. I don't think your 3-way was my 3-way, but go ahead.
Yeah. But they have the school laptops, but with the school laptops, it's very limited. Like I don't even think they can go to the Gmail, and it's only certain places on Google they can go.
So are your daughters understanding? Like getting that they did something wrong, and are they trying to like get in your better graces now, or do they just feel like mom's just being
One of them
irrational?
is one of them. Okay, so you're gonna understand this, and people in Dallas and DFW
Okay.
understand this. So I got one daughter that is Highland Park or the Galleria. One daughter is the Galleria.
And I like
The
the
daughter,
Galleria. I can't lie, y'all. I like the Galleria. I really did like the Galleria. I did.
well, the other daughter is Redbird Mall.
It's Redbird Mall. I got you.
That's the one that tests my gangster. That's like, okay, she took it. Okay, whatever. Eventually, so she'll sit it out. Like eventually, she gonna give in. So we gonna be sitting for a minute with that one.
I don't get them. I mean, I understand how kids are being. I get it. I mean, I understand we do dumb things as kids, but
I
I
don't
don't.
understand it. I don't understand it. I don't. The oldest one, I understand what she's doing. She doing typical stuff that a kid do. But that baby, I don't know what her problem is. I
You
don't
start
know
feeling
what's going
yourself a little
on.
bit. You gotta realize the people that are in their ear for more hours out the day are not us. Like the people who are in their ear saying stuff more hours out the day are not us. And it's always another kid who don't know shit about shit, who starts being the person that gives the advice, who starts being the
Yeah.
leadership that gives the advice on how things are supposed to happen. And those are the ones you got to be aware of. Because I know even here, I really don't have a problem with my three daughters. I really don't. Like whatever we've gotten into has been normal stuff. A dad and his daughters, and a dad maybe being extra.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yep.
What did you say?
A dad being extra and a
Yeah.
dad being, yeah.
And that's if it were a dad in the house, I think it would be different because it's different. And I think kids need both. They need a mom and they need a dad.
Oh,
Dads
facts.
provide structure that moms don't because we're moms, we're nurturers. So
No, you're right about that. And for all the ladies, before you say anything, I'm not one of the people say a woman can't raise a man. It can happen.
I'll say it.
Well,
I'll say it.
I think if you're,
I'm not saying that she can't, that because women do it all the time.
yeah, of course.
They do it all the time. They do it all the time. But I'm just saying, we got a whole bunch of soft men coming from these single parent homes.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
There's a lot of
I'm just
sensitivity.
saying.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
sensitivity.
it's a lot, and we do the best that we can as moms. But I think like even for the girls, there's a part. Even though I'm a woman and I'm raising women, there's still a part. It's a whole part that they're missing.
Well,
when it comes to it, that I can't teach them simply because I'm not a man. I can
right.
teach them what I think a man should be, or the type of man that I like, but I can't really teach them what a man is because I'm not a man. A man can sit there like when you and Jay or Bink talk to them about boys, it's completely different. It's a completely different response. Because one time they told me, "Well, you ain't got no man. How you know?"
That's a whole lot, little girl. That's a whole lot. Yeah, that's a whole lot. Like you gotta. Yeah,
that's a lot. And yeah, even if it's a stepdad, a step up dad helps. Or it could be an uncle, it could be the brother, it could be anybody, but it has to be some male that they trust because what's happening is the same thing that happened with me growing up. My daughters are not. They really don't have respect for men, and I can see it. Because I went through it. They will be respectful,
right?
But because of the examples that they've seen, there's a lot of resentment, disbelief, and some other things going on that they don't realize. And even with their little boyfriends, that their little boys they're picking their dad because they want the attention from their dad. So they're picking people that's like him.
That dynamic is so crazy, y'all. It ain't easy, y'all. But you just gotta hang in there. It ain't easy. You just gotta hang. You gotta hang in there, and because trust me, every parent, you are like you literally, I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday, and when I was talking to her, I was like, she was like the second parent that I had a conversation with that was going through it, and she's a single mom too, and both of y'all are strong women. It has nothing about a person not being strong. Both of y'all women are strong and willing to do what it takes. And she was going through, and she has 2 boys, and she has 2 boys where they're alpha male boys. So it's almost like
that's hard.
Yeah, she has to be literally 100,000 out of 1,000,000 all the time to keep them boys in check. Because at a certain point, you got a 16, 17-year-old boy, and they ain't little boys. They ain't Michael Shawn size. They ain't 5'7". They ain't that. They ain't that. They security. They security. Like if I had to go someplace, I could take them with me, and it'd be security. Shawn Robinson, these younger kids are spoiled. I hate to say that, but in a good way. Okay, in a good way. But don't realize how tough life is without that single mom that is doing everything for them. But that's why we're dumb. We're all dumb when we're kids. And we base it off of emotion. And we, like Shawnee said, sometimes we mad at stuff that we don't know we mad at. Sometimes we things that we're acting a certain type of way, we don't even know why. And remember, these kids are really trying to fit in school right now, trying to find what role they're gonna play. I get it. Like I understand with my daughters, I understand, and as a freshman in high school, that you are starting to develop. Who am I? Like, what is my personality supposed to be? Like, who am I? What am I? What role am I gonna play? You know what I'm saying? And then when you're there another year, you start building into your character. Like I see my twins I see them starting to formulate who they are in high school. Like Monty's a senior. Monty's already formulated who she is. Now her next step is after she leaves and finding out the other real world. Because high school ain't a real world, but it's a tough ass world. Jay Black has joined us. Jay Blizzy is in the building.
Jay Bizzle. What kind of car you in? The double moon roof?
Yeah.
It looks boxy. Is that a G-Wagon? You rolling the G-Wagon today, Jay?
I'm just enjoying the conversation. I was just enjoying the conversation. So what's good this morning? What are we talking about?
We talk about raising kids.
Well, we got a bunch to talk about. I explained, I did a whole long, like 4-minute seminar on how last night was the best night of sleep I've had in weeks. And that's why I got so much damn energy and I'm running my mouth at 1,000 miles an hour right now.
Oh, good. No C4. So this is natural. That's good.
No C4 at the door. No C4. Just straight.
No C4. Just
a little melatonin. A little ZQL got me right now. So how is your migraines? Even though if you do have migraines, you shouldn't be listening to my voice right now.
No, I was good after about 3 hours. You know, you just need darkness and peace and quiet. You know, you just got to get under them covers in the pitch black darkness and, you know, take a nap, eat some food, take some pills and wake up and you feel much better usually. So, 3 weeks for me. So, yeah, I was good.
All right. So, I don't know where I want to start because I know we got the topic with the bullying.
We got bullying. We got MJ and MJ. We got spades, people that don't know how to play spades. And we have
do you have the Summer Walker?
We got Summer Walker, yes.
All right. Because I don't get the Summer. I don't like if you're not okay. Summer Walker, for those who don't know, Summer Walker, talented individual. A lot this generation, a lot of people will call her the Mary J. Blige of just this generation. Like they'll say this is Mary J. That's who Summer Walker is. So I know some of her songs. I'd be lying if I tell you I ever bought one of her albums. I know some of her songs. I just know some. And that's from like 2 years ago when she was first popping and doing all that. So Summer Walker gets on stage and says, well, play the clip. You got the clip ready?
Yep.
All right, here's what Summer Walker had to say, y'all.
Okay, here she goes.
I cannot sing that song, but I just wanted to talk to y'all for a second. For anybody who came here and was like, oh, she didn't do Reciprocate, she didn't do Circus, she didn't do Session 33, I didn't do a lot of songs from the new album. I want you to know that, you know, this shit is real. Like, I write a lot of my stuff. I write most of my stuff. And, you know, it's still a fresh wound. My baby, she not even 1 yet. And I ain't got time to be up here singing that shit, crying in front of y'all. So I sang what I could. And I hope that y'all still enjoy the show. So we gonna get into this next one.
I mean,
No.
I mean, her crowd supported her.
They had no choice. What do you mean?
What you mean they didn't have no choice? They could have walked out.
Then you're not getting your money back. It ain't no refund. I would have probably tried to demand my money back because I came for the hits. I came for the songs. Let me go to New Edition show tomorrow. Let me go to the New Edition show tomorrow with my wife, and it ain't doing Poison, and If It Isn't Love, and all the steps. I need my bread back. I don't care about you being emotional or protecting your peace. Why perform? People want to hear the hits.
Now, I don't know what the story is because I don't know her songs. I'm not as familiar with her songs to know what her child has to do with this song. Like she's like,
did he do the beat?
Did he do the what?
The beat, the dad. What's the daddy? What's the daddy's name? Her baby daddy is he's a producer.
Oh, her baby daddy. What the hell is his name? She's the female Kanye West of R&B. Oh, got it. So I don't know what this, when she brought the child up, because I was just about to go off, but when she brought the child up, there has to be a song that actually has to do with, I guess, the relationship with her baby father or something. Somebody
London on the track. London on the track.
London on the track. London on the track is the baby father. Yes.
So maybe he did the track because that was the thing. Some of her songs it's his beats.
Well, I'm just gonna say this.
Too much for her.
I was gonna say this, y'all, about Summer Walker, and this is not gonna be politically correct. I need that pain. I need the pain. Like, this is what our artists grew up on. This is what Mary J did. Mary J went through the pain.
Yeah.
That's what brought us in tune with what she was going. We literally didn't even care if Mary didn't sound perfect while she was singing. Because we knew the songs she was singing when she sang them, we was like, yo, that really happened. Or something close to what she's singing about really happened. We're like, Mary's spilling her guts right now. Now, is that healthy? I don't know. I don't know if it's healthy to actually go out there. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. You know, we live in a different society now. You know, back in the day, we just took drugs and did the song. Like, F it. You know, we did. You know what I mean? We just did the drugs.
We got drunk and just
got drunk. We did the song. And we did the song, and we cried on stage. When Michael Jackson sang "She's Out of My Life," there was really a bitch that was out of his life. You do know that, right? There was. I don't know who she was exactly. But Mike was singing to somebody like, she's out of my life.
Janet get up there and cry too when she was singing Let's Wait a While. That's another song she was singing. She'd start crying.
Now, maybe some of these were fake tears, but some of them, you know, you had to go through the pain. I thought that was part of being an artist. Like when I'm on stage. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I'm sorry. Kelly was saying all of her new album is about him, London on Track. So.
Well,
that's what they done from the new song.
So we need to hear it then.
Good morning, Kathy.
So those people that can relate, those people that can relate, they looking, like you said, they looking for that. I'm like, oh, I'm going through the same thing that she went through. I need to hear this. It's my therapy, and that's why I brought her ticket. So now they not getting they money's worth. No, they need their money back. That's fine.
No, but they cheered her. Because we live in a different society.
It was half and half. You heard some people about to start booing, but the cheering overshadowed that.
And then she went into the next song, and then they were fine. Yes, Mary J. Blige got men and women through summers of what she went through.
Yeah, she got through years.
Years.
Like, if I go to that My Life album and be like, ooh.
If I listen to My Life right now on the treadmill, it might take me to a place I don't need to go. How about that? That's how that it might take me somewhere I don't need to remember. How about that?
Yeah.
But the girl, you know, they different now. It's just a different thing, and I don't know if it's bad or good. I just, you know, I'm sure Erykah Badu really did know a dude named Tyrone. I'm sure she did know a dude named Tyrone. Yeah, she told
Common to call Tyrone.
Yeah, it could have been Common. We need this. This is what art's about. Look, I've been on stage and said some stuff about myself that I made fun of, but it wasn't happy stuff.
Yeah.
It was nothing happy about it. So Summer, I don't know, and I don't know what your support group is. I don't know who your publicist is. I don't know who your manager is. I don't know if maybe they know you're not strong enough. You know, she might not be strong enough to actually do the songs right now.
She did some of the songs off the new album though. Like, what did they want? She did some. It was just certain things. Session 32 and I think it's Reciprocate. She said she couldn't do.
See, once you tell me you can't do something,
she shouldn't have said it.
She shouldn't have said nothing.
These new artists, they like to be authentic and keep it real with their audience. I think that's keeping it too real. I wouldn't have said anything.
You got to do what Lauryn Hill does. Lauryn Hill won't do the songs that you love because she can't, because it's like a price that she has to pay in order to do them. So she just doesn't do them, or she makes them sound like a techno song. You can't even recognize the song. So, but don't say I can't do those songs, because now I'm in the crowd going like, well,
they so sensitive now though. These people, like, no, it's just we live in such a sensitive society. I can't do it. Or what irritates me, like I was at the store the other day and this woman had her damn dog, and it's like not a German Shepherd but a little toy dog. Bringing it in the grocery store, talking about, well, it's my therapy. This calms me and soothes me. Bitch, get over it. What if somebody here got allergies and you know that they allergic to dogs, so you gonna just fuck everybody else up because you can't cope?
How about I don't want your dog sneezing on the produce I'm about to pick up.
Yeah, it's like, come on, stop being so sensitive. They so sensitive now.
You know what the problem is?
I can't do it. You wrote the song, performed it, people done downloaded and help you get your house and pay for your kid with it, and now they pay for a ticket for a show and you can't perform the song.
See, I don't know the song.
Oh, you better sing, bitch.
She has multiple albums. She has multiple albums like back to back where they wouldn't have known that she couldn't have sung those songs had she not said anything, because she got so much music this out. Okay, I don't know why she did that.
I'm gonna listen to Summer, right? Because I want to make sure this ain't a scam, and maybe she just couldn't hit the notes on that particular song.
Or maybe she wants you to go download it some more.
Or maybe
more people to download it.
Because remember, I don't know if y'all remember the infamous Albie Shore. On every tour day, he's like, yo, I was partying last night. I can't really hit these notes. Albie Shore would say that every place. So I'm just wondering, Summer, did you not sing it because you were going to cry?
No,
or you wasn't ready? Your voice wasn't ready to really do that song.
She's done some live sessions, some living room sessions. She has a lot of content out there, Mike, for the Summer Walker fans. They know. But I just don't understand why she felt the need to be so authentic in that moment and let her crowd know that I'm just not singing it because emotionally I can't. I'm too invested in the song to sing it.
Well, I mean, Mary J.
Now they're gonna want you to sing it.
Mary J. sang "I'm Going Down," and I know she didn't write that song, but she sang "I'm Going Down." Every person in there was catching feelings when she sings "I'm Going Down."
Facts.
And we ain't even talking about nothing sexually. You know, I'm a pervert. You know, I'm thinking about the pain. I'm like, what? We all been there. I need you, Summer Walker.
She's a whole vibe right now. You know, that whole the trending toxic relationship songs, you know, that's her genre of music right now. She sings about real life. And I don't want to compare her to Mary J at all, but when you're looking at what they pour into their music, I would say it is similar.
Well, I'm gonna listen.
Oh well,
I'm gonna take some time out. So she was on her Rick James. I guess
she sings about some people's real life, and that's the thing. We normalize that toxicity and say, "Well, oh, it's real." It's people that ain't got all that bullshit going on.
Relationships, man, get you every time, but it'll make you money.
But she does.
So you got to take the heartbreak. Like if it's making me listen, people. Man, I'm cut from a different cloth. If it's making me money, if people are buying tickets to the show, I promise you will see them tears. I will sing them songs if that's what you need for these sold out concerts to be across the country. I will continue to make that happen. Good morning, everybody on IG Live.
The person who hurt her the most is the person who produced her album and the person who she has a child by. And it was so public, you know, when she first started dating him, that everybody was like, yo, he gonna do you like the first, second, and third baby mom. Like, you gonna be the fourth baby mom. Don't do it. They loved her. They didn't want her to get mixed up with London.
Kids?
Well, he got baby mama drama. We got London on the track.
So we got that. We got Summer doing that, and then I want y'all to get excited, right? I'm gonna let y'all ladies get excited. I'm gonna let y'all get excited. What Shawn say? Shawnee with the potty mouth today.
I'm just over it.
Idris Elba, the actor, said he gonna take a break from acting to put out his music. Oh,
listen.
What? Wait a minute.
Listen,
I thought he
Mike.
was a DJ.
No. He's got songs.
He's an MC. Mm-hmm.
He got them reggae songs. He be doing all that.
He did it with Shaggy. He did a song with Shaggy that was real popular, especially overseas. It hit here too. It didn't smack as hard as it did overseas, but it did smack here too.
Go ahead, Idris. I say,
but we love him regardless. You know, instead of your lady saying she going to the movie to see Idris, she gonna be like, I'm going to see my boo perform at the show. Yes,
trying to get on stage.
Yes, panties flying everywhere. Yeah,
I think it's great that he does it. You should go do it. You should make it happen. If you have the opportunity to follow every last dream that you have, go do every last thing that you have.
Yeah,
but sometimes you do that because you weren't the best at what you were doing to begin with. Like Denzel ain't never gonna make an album because there ain't nothing Denzel could do in a musical booth to top what he does when he's acting in front of a camera. There's nothing Denzel could do. Denzel, there's no voice that he can top what he does acting. But I believe you should do it. Go get it, Idris.
You know you can't say nothing bad about Idris.
I don't know. I heard one song.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, he got one. I saw one video.
Please look it up. I'm sure it's probably trash. Like, come on, everybody.
Dang, Jay, just a dream killer. It's trash.
Well, Kathy, what she said was that her song, it was new, like it was new hurt, and she's talking about the album that she just dropped. Yeah.
Well, she shouldn't have dropped it.
I wouldn't have said anything. And
with all the drama she's been through,
I can listen to it all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, but you know. And who cares about Summer Walker when Idris Elba is about to drop music?
I'm going to see Idris. Listen, I'm a huge fan. So if he does drop a whole album, I probably would be front and center trying to see it.
Oh, and everybody said no segue. Let's go to no segue zone while we have Jay Black. I want to be the person. I want to emphasize. I said this months ago. Now the industry, everybody, after seeing Kanye West's documentary, saying the same thing. You can't stand on stage with him because most of you rappers can't do the songs that he produced for you. The man is literally unbeatable. Dog, every great rapper in the business, not only does Kanye have his own catalog of smash hit after he's still making hits. But he's got another bigger catalog of music that he's produced for everybody. Like when you see that he did half of Jay-Z's The Blueprint, if you go down Jay-Z's catalog and you look at Kanye West songs that he produced, dog, I don't think anybody could stand on stage with Kanye on a verses. Nobody. Some of the hottest songs Jay-Z, if you eliminate the hottest songs that Jay-Z has, and you take Kanye West's songs off, it's a problem.
You're underestimating Hov again.
About to make you black have a rag.
You didn't really look at his.
He about to have another migraine.
I want you to now everybody now. I want everybody to admit, didn't I say this? I did say this. I did say this, right? So now everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Now everybody's on social media. Peter Rosenberg and all these guys are on there saying like, look, truth be told, if you look at his catalog, he's probably got the most vicious catalog ever between his own songs and songs that he produced. And I'm like, ain't this about a bitch? Good what I've been saying about Kanye.
You have.
Good what I've been saying about him. And
But just because it's this track, but it still holds lyrics. So no matter how you look at it, there's a lot of songs that the lyrics make the song, but
normally it comes with a hook. It's not just the beats. Normally it comes with that hook too.
And if you're a great cook, but you cooked it in my kitchen, it's my food.
I'm outside the club. I don't know.
It is my food. Kanye, the artist versus Kanye, the producer. Kanye literally, we said that before, can do a verses against himself.
Now that would be dope and interesting. The producer tracks versus the artist.
I can't Google because I said, let me just Google how many Kanye songs. You start going
what
like,
are we
this
Googling?
song.
What do you want?
H to the Izzo is Kanye's song. Like you gotta take that happy ass song out. Like then we're not gonna go to like
yeah.
Can I get an encore?
And if I hear you can't battle somebody who you say, Kanye, you're a genius, you did it again, I win. Once you play that. When you say that, I win.
Kanye give home all the praise to this day. That's like even in that documentary, he big Hove up something crazy to let you know that no, he's the one. He's my idol.
Michael Jordan big up Dr. J his entire life. He bigged up Julius Erving his entire life. To this day, he says Dr. J is what inspired me to do what I did. That don't mean he's better.
Yeah, sometimes the teacher gets left behind. Sometimes the student surpasses the teacher. And I think that overall, he's up there. Sorry, J Black.
All right, so I just want to.
He's talking about whatever.
I feel like you just pulled over to the side of the road. The car stopped. I feel like you had to take a moment. I think you took a moment.
You wanted to take time out. You wanted to get focused. Yeah, Jay-Z's blueprint is all Kanye West. Nobody want to hear this. Kanye.
Kanye. On the blueprint, 5 out of the 13 songs are Kanye's.
Read those.
Or what Kanye produced.
Please read those 5.
So let's see. Let me see. The 5 songs.
What you read is the all verses is 20. Hov got way more. He got over 60 smashes.
He don't have. Wait. Let's be clear. He don't have more hits than Kanye. He don't have more hits than Kanye.
He doesn't have more hits.
He got hip hop classics, but he ain't got more straight hits.
Take the fans out.
What's the definition of hit though? What are you saying? There's an album sales?
No. I'm doing your radio programming.
I was gonna say, you know, he about to put a shiny suit on.
I'm doing your radio programming.
He's putting the shiny suit on.
Dog. He has more hits. But I mean,
what's your definition of hits though? When you say a hit, what is a hit?
I'll tell you the definition. The songs that Kanye made for Jay-Z and the songs that Kanye made for Kanye. Those are the hits. So Hov ain't
got no hits.
No, Hov got plenty of hits.
Without Kanye.
No, I just don't think anybody. Listen, I'm gonna say this. The more I think about it, Kanye's the greatest artist of our generation.
I'm rocking with you, but
no, I'm talking about
you like this one documentary and you go so far to the left. That's what people do. They live in the moment and go so far.
Let me explain something. He out-businessed Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z was always the best businessman, right? He out-businessman Jay-Z. He sold the same amount of records.
But that's your definition of out business. If you talk about more money or you talk about better business, because as a brand, I think I would rather have Hov representing me than a erratic Kanye. But let's go.
Okay, wow.
Let me tell you what Jay-Z.
Did Jay-Z ever create a sneaker that outsold Michael Jordan?
Watch your mouth, Mo. That's what Bink said. Good morning, Bink.
You go from Kanye, now you pivot into Michael Jordan.
No. I'm saying Kanye created a sneaker that outsold Michael Jordan.
Not only that, he got the European fashion industry to take him serious about his clothing line. Where Rockaware, I don't think that they broke that barrier. It was an urban clothing line, and that was it. Kanye came out coming into the houses. That's big. That's major.
Is the greatest artist of our time. He's the Quincy Jones of our generation.
Hot Topic is on.
Oh, Hot Topic was good. Like, dude, I don't even cape for Kanye like that because y'all already know who I think the greatest rapper is.
So here are the 5 songs from Blueprint for y'all before we get too far. Takeover.
Oh, no, wait, stop.
Freak soul.
He made the beat that Jay-Z had to have the greatest battle of his life. The man that he had to go to was you ain't gotta mention no more. You ain't gotta mention no more.
We don't want to tell everybody the other 4.
The dude, when Jay-Z had the greatest battle of his life, the dude he went to was Kanye West. Go ahead. What's that?
So Takeover, Izzo. We already said that. Heart of the City. He did that. Never Change. And then the bonus track, Girls. I love them.
This is the one that he made the videos for. Now, we're not even going to the Black album yet. We haven't even gone to the Black album or what he produced on the Black album.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull that up while we're talking about it. But y'all continue.
And listen, y'all, I am not. Kanye rubs me the wrong way. Pause. 5 out of the 7 days of the week. But watching what this dude, and then you start thinking about the stuff that you forgot he's done and what he's about to do. Like he ain't even done yet.
Even if you don't know the lyrics, when the beat drops, you know what it is.
Somebody, my man, comedian Hot Topic said, now I understand why Kanye acts the way he does after his mom passed. That's absolutely right. She was a special woman and knew his music. Me and Shawnee were sitting up here talking about that. And man, listen, dog, that was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. I've never, but his grind and his creativity is so, and I'm just waiting to see where he's going with this next.
Okay, here's all the albums that the top 10 Kanye West produced Jay-Z tracks. Okay, so the first one is Young Forever from the Blueprint 3. This Can't Be Life, The Dynasty. Lucifer on the Black album. Izzo on the Blueprint. Encore on the Black album. 03 Bonnie and Clyde, the Blueprint 2.
Wait a second, just stop. Wait a second.
The first 6 was all dope songs, but all of a sudden now here, Bonnie and Clyde. Oh, stop it now.
Hold on. So Jay-Z and Beyonce, he did that. He did the song.
03 Bonnie and Clyde.
Go ahead.
On the Blueprint. Never Change on the Blueprint. Run This Town on the Blueprint 3. Poppin' Tags, the Blueprint 2. Takeover, Blueprint. We already said that. That's the top 10.
That's the top 10. But it's his top 10.
Now, what you should do is Google Jay-Z's greatest hits and then see who produced them. And I guarantee you, he got way more.
But do you understand? We get that. We understand that. What I'm saying is Kanye hasn't even started doing his songs. Those are all the songs.
Still has a crazy catalog that has nothing to do with Jay.
But Jay can't do Takeover. He can't do Bonnie and Clyde. Those are Kanye songs.
He got 30 other smash hits.
Okay. He can't do Run This Town. He can't do Run This Town. He can't do none of these songs, dog.
You forgot Hope's catalog. You're not thinking about it. You gotta see it.
Are you coming from a place of a hip hop fan or just somebody who appreciates Jay-Z's music? Because there's a difference. When Mike was saying earlier about classics versus technical, what people consider hits, it's a hit song for right now. And then you don't listen to it anymore after you on to the next. But a classic, that's something that you can run at any time and it smacks.
And Jay-Z has those classics.
He
What
does.
I'm saying is,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to tell y'all is Kanye is the only person in verses that literally, if you do a verses against him, he will take 15 of your songs because those were his. That's what I'm saying about the genius of Kanye. Nobody's been this versatile ever in our generation. Like, there's so many rappers who literally, if they tried to do a verses with Kanye, he would be like, well, take that song off. Well, yeah, you better take that song off too.
Yeah,
How many real rapper producers are there? I mean, you got Swiss Beat. Didn't Swiss do it? But like, how many rapper producers are there? Like, yeah, he's rare breed.
You're proving my point. That's why he's the greatest artist of our era. He's the greatest artist of our era, and it's getting even sicker because this documentary is just going to get better.
Yeah, I the one that told you needed to watch it. You was hesitant. I'm like, yo, I said it's inspirational.
You did.
It was dope. I loved it. And he said the other one come on tonight, right? The second episode tonight.
Yeah, it comes on tonight.
Yo, comedian Hot Topic said the funniest thing on IG Live. He said Kanye could battle Kurt Franklin at this point and beat him at Sunday Joy.
Yeah, he can. He got a whole.
He got a choir. Yeah. He got a choir. I hope Kurt Franklin don't ever challenge him because he'll be done brought his choir in.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, obviously Jay-Z's one of the greatest of all time. It's like talking about Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Like it goes around and round. It's like there's no.
Let's see. Here's the top 10 best Jay-Z songs according to the top 10s. Top10s.com. Number 1, 99 Problems. Number 2, Empire State of Mind. Number 3, Dead Presidents 2. Number 4, Renegade. Number 5, Dirt Off Your Shoulder. Number 6, Hard Not Life. Number 7, Niggas in Paris.
Keep going, Shawty.
Whoa. Number 7 is what?
Niggas in Paris.
Who's on that song?
That's Kanye.
Okay, I just want to make sure we know that. Okay, we want to make sure. Okay.
Number 8, Devils. Number 9, Izzo. And number 10,
Kanye.
Big Pimpin'.
Gotcha.
So
at least 3 songs off of his own top 10 list is Kanye's.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Hov had 60 on his greatest hits. It's 60 tracks.
Oh, I mean, I get what everybody is so afraid to just say Kanye is the greatest artist of our time. Like, he's just the greatest all-around artist of our time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're not even talking about Rihanna songs. Like, if he brings the Rihanna songs that he did for Rihanna, you really want a problem with Kanye if he starts doing features of his Rihanna, his Rihanna little catalog. Don't nobody want that smoke. I'm gonna need the Mr. not to get hyped on the topic while operating a vehicle, and I'm trying to figure out why my husband looks different than when I'm watching him. He's upstairs. I don't know what that means. What's that last part?
He said she's trying to figure out why he looks different than when she's watching him when he's upstairs. He's in the car. Yes, don't check it, Snazzy.
No, look at the bro. Watch the
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why he looks different. You want to know why he looks different, Lady Q? Because y'all be taking us for granted when we in the house. When we in the house, y'all be forgetting the sex symbols that we really be. When we be in the house, y'all be forgetting how adorable we be. But when we be back in them streets again, and he be whipping that car, all of a sudden them glasses hit different. All of a sudden that leather jacket hit different.
My dimple shows up more, huh?
All of a sudden, dimples is popping. Y'all are the only ones get taken for granted.
He look different.
Back in them streets.
Spanky looking a little different this morning. Okay.
Maybe you need to turn around and go back home.
I heard y'all yesterday talk about on site. I was like, yeah, I like that on site. Are you an on site or you a scheduled type of person when it comes to having sex? I thought that was a dope topic that y'all hit on yesterday and interesting.
Yeah, and we found out that Shawnee has no on-siteness.
Okay, let's go back to Kanye and Jay-Z. Shawn has something to say. Didn't Kanye and Twist, didn't they do a versus at Summer Jam one year? That's what he wants to know.
Oh, yeah, Swiss and Kanye did a battle with the beats.
Okay.
Of the beats that they produced.
That was good too.
That was classic. That was classic.
Yeah, that was really good.
Honestly, I want to say that was the birth of verses, but we just didn't know COVID was going to happen because Swiss had already started doing that stuff, like people battling with their beats. Who gets to play Watch the Throne? I don't know who gets to play Watch the Throne. Their President Swoop. I wore that song out. Yeah, Tampton. That's incredible.
Even the Song Cry, the Mary J joint, like every female loves Song Cry.
Timberland, JD, Puffy, rap producers, Big Bink. Yeah, Timberland. I mean, Timberland's a great producer. As a rapper, I was like, Puff. I never considered a. Listen, man, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me.
Rapper. He's a rapper. He's not an MC. He's not an MC.
Puff is not a producer. Puff is an executive producer. Puff says, take this sample and y'all create the beat. You ain't never gonna see Puff at a drum machine going.
What about JD?
JD's a dope producer.
So could JD and Kanye go against each other in the verses?
No, JD doesn't want that. And
JD's that type of smoke. Yeah. He's in his own lane, and he gonna stay in his own lane.
But JD's dope. And Timberland is absolutely incredible. Like Timberland, is one of those.
Well, he was a genius for his time too. If we're talking about eras, he was a genius for that time. He was the Kanye of that time, if you think about it.
So we were talking about being on site, right? Mo, you weren't here, right? Text
Lord.
Right? Let me get Mo. Are you on your phone or your laptop? What are you on?
No, I'm on the laptop.
All right. Let me send you this because it was an interesting development that we had that I didn't know. I didn't know this of Shawn. I knew she was a hard worker, but and I knew Shawnee's the type that, from what we heard yesterday, and Shawnee, you can jump in and correct me because you're right here. If you come home and Shawnee's about to get into something, and like let's say she about to she looked like she took some vegetables out and she's about to get this kitchen and she's about to wash chicken or whatever y'all be doing or whatever, and you grab her hand and be like, yo, come to the back real quick, right? Come to the back real quick. Shawnee she's not on site like that. She's like, no. I got plans. I gotta cook. I gotta do a bunch of stuff. We didn't get it. Like we didn't get it.
Wait, what? You don't drop the groceries and
look
to the side? No.
That's a conversation you'll have to have with me.
On site.
We're gonna have to work on that. That's sometimes that's the best, girl. That's the best.
Yeah,
you be texting like, yeah, I'm in the kitchen, but as soon as you walk through that door, you know what it is.
Bam.
Boom.
All up in you.
Now Poncho Shawnee. Shawnee wear ponchos from the sides and stuff.
Hey, back, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. You ain't gonna nickname my sis Poncho Shawnee.
She ain't never gonna let that poncho shit go. That word is just funny. Girl, if you don't take that poncho off.
Because I ain't take nothing off. But now, like when I see pictures of people getting massages, I'm like, oh, they really don't have no clothes on. But
now you don't got to get the massage that we've been seeing where they put you look like in a pretzel and be massaging every your inner thigh. You don't got to get that. But
that's not a massage. That's called getting dick. That's not a massage. That's just nothing to it. That's not a massage. That's not a massage. But I just thought that was interesting because I think Shawnee was starting to figure out that maybe. I know he did not call. Listen, all right, Sequoise, don't get it started because he might repeat it. Listen, I'm just wondering. I'm thinking that Shawnee started thinking, well, maybe I should be more spontaneous. Maybe I should just let that happen. Like maybe if I'm by the refrigerator and he pushes me up against it, I should just let it be.
It depends on if I have something to do. I might have to go to work. I might have to get the girl somewhere. It might not just be time at that time.
You're going to be like 9 minutes late, Shawn. You're going to be
so that means you don't never just surprise him then with, like, out of nowhere. Pull you, like, wow, okay.
What? I mean, damn, Jay, it's new. It's fresh. Yeah, dog. Y'all got
I'm just saying,
situations for years.
She don't want to throw it all on them at once, though, Jay Black.
No, we're talking about history. We're talking about in history.
In history, oh, no. History, no. No, in history, no. That changed the whole mood.
You ain't just wake them up like that. You ain't just wake them up a certain way. You ain't just be like, yo.
Hey.
Nope.
Not once.
Not once. Not ever. Never thought about it.
Not even with your hand. I'm not even saying the whole thing. Like even with your hand and just like, hey, hello, good morning.
Never thought about it.
Never thought about
even
it.
thought about it.
What he said in the past, never thought about it. Nope.
Did he ever wake? Did he wake you up like that? Did he wake you
I'd
up?
be like, leave me alone. I'm asleep.
Ain't no tapping on the shoulder in Shawnee household. Don't tap me on the shoulder. Don't you wake me up.
You asked me about the past, so I'm just saying in the past, no, it hasn't been that way.
Yeah, Shawnee would have.
And Shawnee's been single for a long time.
I see. I understand why. I get it.
That ain't why.
That's not why, Jay Black.
That ain't why.
Smart ass. That's not why.
That's not why, but
self-preservation. She was preserving herself.
Yeah, it's a new day, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, because I'm not even asking. I'm just sliding up in it. Like I'm not even asking all that. I'm asleep right now. I didn't even ask you about that. Did anybody ask you what the fuck you was doing? Nobody asked you anything. I know what you're doing now. I know what you're doing now.
And then while she sleep.
Yeah, while she sleep. You
don't even have to wake up.
So Shawnee, if you're not, I heard when Amir yesterday said, well, he's not going to bed, in that situation, just because you don't want to be bothered, he need to handle his handle. So Shawnee, does that make you feel some type of way or slighted? Like, not like cheating, but like, wow, like that's your womanly duty for your man, and he gonna have to settle for that instead? Like, you don't think that's foul?
Okay, well now I do, but no, in the past I didn't.
I'll give you one better. Shawnee said if she found out he was watching porn, even though she was knowing him to death, even though she was DJ no ass, even though she was DJ I'm still asleep, even though she was like, what the hell are you doing watching porn? What do you mean? What am I doing watching porn?
Oh yeah, I'm not. I'm nosy. I might be like, let me see.
Watching porn because I can't watch you, obviously. Like, what do you mean? Wow.
I mean, you asked me about my past. I asked about the past, so that's the past.
All right, we building because I see you're open. I see you're a little open right now. I see you a little open.
Well, I like the person that I'm with now. I'm actually attracted to them, and I like them. I actually like them, so it's different.
It could be on site. You never know.
I love it.
One step at a time, one day at a time.
One day at a time.
Right. You see that emphasis, Sequoise, womanly duty.
You know the seats lay all the way back in the movie theaters now, right? You know
they got seats to lay back in the movie theater.
Yeah.
The seats lay all the way back in the movie theater.
The fully reclined. Mm-hmm.
You go to a matinee.
And they're big enough to where it's almost like a little twin bed.
Yeah.
Sequoise,
what the hell y'all doing in the movie theaters? What the hell going on at the movie theater?
I'm just trying to say it's on site. What'd you say, Jay Black?
Sequoise had put womanly duty in question mark. Like, is there not a womanly duty? Like, don't we have responsibilities in relationships on both sides?
Well, like, what she said sex on demand is reserved for husbands, not boyfriends.
Not boyfriends.
Yeah.
Going back, I need a ring on my finger. Okay.
Yeah. But back to the movie theater, it's a nice little place that you may want to
lay in a bed at the movie theater. Like you have to change the sheets and clean it.
First of all, it's not a bed. Sometimes you got to be spontaneous. You just got to let it happen.
Oh, hell
you got to go to the matinee. You got to go to the matinee.
No. We ain't doing that. Nah, we ain't doing that.
It keeps the excitement. Y'all leave out of there. When y'all leave out of there, y'all feel like y'all got away with a crime. Y'all be like, yeah, we did it. We robbed the bank.
At the movie theater? Like, are y'all serious?
I'm dead. I'm so New York right now. I'm dead ass. I'm so dead ass.
What? Bink, you been there before, Bink, with a bed? So do they change the sheets after you leave?
There's no sheets. There's no sheets, Shawnee.
No. So it's a couch. It's like a
leather.
It's like a chase.
Yeah, it's a chase. It lays back
like a double.
Yep.
Nah, that's too much.
Slide this popcorn up in you.
Nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Listen, Queen, y'all try to get recorded and post it on social media. You gotta live this life, man.
Listen,
you gotta live the life. Mike, the girls can't go to the movies. You said too much. I know, yeah. Yeah, I'm down.
In the world.
Sometimes you got to pull over in the car. Me and Stacy done did that. How about me and Stacy didn't know? Oh, the kids are listening to that. We didn't know, right? I was in the car with Stacy, and we didn't know they were tracking Stacy. We didn't know they were tracking her cell phone. She picked me up from the airport. I was like, man, pull over right there. Pull over. She was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you know when y'all do that little, I'm so shocked, but God, I'm down. She's like, I said, pull over. So we pulled over. And then we didn't know we were being tracked. And we got like 20 questions when we got home. Like, why did y'all pull over?
Oh my God.
You can't even sneak in peace when you got kids.
But see, that's different. Y'all hadn't seen each other in forever in a year, you know, so that's different. Y'all, you know.
I think when the mood strikes you though, Shawnee, that it just strikes you. It just, you know. It doesn't have to be, you know, spontaneity in relationships is what keeps relationships moving, fluid, and just you know, on the up and up. I don't believe in the whole schedule on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna put it on you.
And I'm not, you know,
I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I'm not
well,
gonna
you gotta do what makes you feel comfortable too, Shawnee.
I'm not even mad at the schedule.
I think that's for everybody.
I'm not even mad at the schedule. Like, if you give me a schedule, I'm cool with that too, just as long as we can like veer off the schedule in between. Like, if it's always Thursday at like 7:30, I'm cool. I get it, because that's appointments fucking at that point. So but I want to make sure we can veer off during the rest of the week. I don't want that to be like, once that happens, then I'm done till next Thursday. I want to be able to.
You good? Yeah, you good for a little while.
Not for a little while.
I just let you have it on Thursday at 5 o'clock, and you said it was good. We done until next Thursday.
What's the
Big said it's action. I didn't get the notification.
Action.
Oh! It's I didn't get the notification. Yes, they have movie theaters now with beds, like you're watching a movie at home. Yeah, I ain't lying.
It's a mood setter.
Oh wow!
Okay,
let's go to the next topic. Y'all can't be listen. I just
want to say one more thing.
That's a hot topic.
I'm dating somebody. Like, can I just get an applause for that?
Yeah, you are. You are. That is amazing. That is amazing.
It's longer than a week. Okay, so just, you know.
No, you're doing a good job, girl.
I think that you're doing an amazing job. You are operating well outside of your boundaries. We all know that. So I think you're doing a great job. Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, speaking of amazing, Mo sent us on a thread this new exercise that says women can burn calories performing oral sex.
How was that?
I was amazed, and I
How'd
told
you do that?
I don't know why my girl goes to the gym. We can just lose weight all the time. Like,
but where are you burning the calories?
Yeah, like face? is it jaw exercises? Is it a facelift, or
maybe it's just stimulating your metabolism?
I know sex makes you release certain endorphins, or whatnot, and I know the physical act of sex makes you lose weight and burn calories. But I didn't know oral sex was more specifically is something that helps you lose weight.
Yeah, I was shocked. I didn't know that one either. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that was a new one for me. When you sent that, I said, okay. I said I never thought that was possible. But hey, whatever it is, you just never know. You never know.
I know protein makes you lean out. Like, is there a connection to that? I don't know.
Protein makes you what? That sounds
lean.
Oh, lean. Oh,
so you swallow stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
get ready to rumble.
Wow. that normally happens isn't that part of the game? He said snacks high in carbs.
Part of my game.
Some snacks I don't want.
So then what do you do? What do you do with it?
Yeah, that's the messy one. That's what
messy one. Don't let it get in your mouth. No, you stop.
That's when it'd be all over the place. It'd be all over the place. It'd be on your stomach. It'd be on the blanket. It'd be
mess around and mess up your eyelashes. Wait.
No, I get clear out of the way. No, I am gone. I'm like completely done. Like, you can finish. There you go. I got you there.
I got you there.
You do the rest.
Sorry.
right, y'all.
Oh God.
We're gonna get off the sex talk, and when we
It's
come,
Wednesday.
when we talk about, I don't know, is this Wellness Wednesday?
Tuesday or Wednesday? What?
Yes, because you're eating, but it's all no.
It's all protein. It's all protein.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just going by from what women told me. It's good for your skin and all
Yeah,
that
they
stuff.
say it has positive skin attributes. It makes your skin nice.
Wow.
So I hear.
Yeah, no snacks for me.
No snacks for you. All right, girls. All right, ladies. All right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna take a break, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about the father getting involved in the child bullying situation. What do we think? Are you down to beat somebody's ass for bullying your kid? Oh boy, if there were no charges involved, God, would I be? All right, so we'll come back in 3 minutes. I'll be right back. I gotta run upstairs, y'all. So it's Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Wills to be back. Yay.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do.
Michael Shawn wears
Tight shirts. Every day. I wear tight shirts cause I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when the summer comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yeah. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Come on. Tight shirts. Every day.
Mike Shawn wears
tight shirts. To the gym or wherever.
tight shirts.
Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, Michael Shawn and We the Worst Records, Pluto, Aristotle, and P Skills have just destroyed or created another perfectly horrible song. Yeah. Check out the next single, Grown Man Wearing Skinny Jeans.
That's it, bro. Mix it up, bro.
Oh yes, I like that.
Hey, this is Shawn, the Voice Robinson. I love tuning in to Mike Shawn and the Takeover Legends. These guys are phenomenal, super funny. It starts my day. I'm having my coffee, but they're so funny. I got to bring the popcorn out. Popcorn and coffee time with Mike Shawn and the Takeover Legends.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn from Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. And just in case you missed the show, check this out.
How crowded is your DM on Instagram? Like how many athletes?
And do you check them?
Are in your DM? Like, I know it's got to be like a traffic jam in your DM right now, and I know they got to be hit with no disrespect intended, but
no, my stuff's dry.
No
way.
You can say everything except my stuff is dry.
No
you can say whatever you want.
Let me say my DMs. I will tell you this though. Whoever does try to step, it would have to be very strong. No, you have to have a lot of confidence to come into this circle.
Search Media Room 360 on all streaming platforms. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Yeah. What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn, and I know
You want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawnScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawnScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawnScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Shawn. Yeah.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts.
Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
I'ma tap in for sure.
Tap, 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 tap in. Tap, 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 tap in. Tap, tap, take a tap in. Take a tap in. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Me, Sexy Mo, Shawnee Scott, Jay Black is traveling. He pops in and out from the vehicle. And I guess Shawnee had something to do. Shawnee broke out for a second. So we don't have the clip. So I can't talk about the clip. But there's a clip, Mo, of a father and a bullying situation. He got involved. And I think he wanted his daughter to beat her ass right there.
He did it old school. He rolled up to the bus stop where she's always getting bullied at. And got out the car and basically said, which one of y'all are bullying my kids? Which one of y'all don't like her? Which one of y'all keep saying y'all want to fight her? And so passerbyers was like, I don't know what's going on, but my child is being bullied too. And he didn't threaten the kids. He just basically said, I'm going to let them get out the car and whoop your ass. And not only that, I'm going to let the brother get out the car too and whoop your ass, talking to the other boy that was there. So, sometimes, when things like that happen, I know for me, right from wrong, you can go to jail. But when it comes to your kids, you go from 0 to 60 real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. If you know every day that you send your kid to school, on the bus, and it's somebody picking on them and they're saying, Mom, Dad, I don't want to fight this kid. Like, I don't know why this kid don't like me. I never did anything to this kid. And it's happening every day. He said he was sick of it. I think Shawnee has the clip.
I don't even think
I do.
It's the most irritating American thing ever. This bullying thing is just something. It's almost like you just got to send your kids ready to punch somebody in the face once they get to school.
And they teach no tolerance at schools now. So how when you growing up, it's like somebody hits you, you hit them back.
Yeah.
But now they're so scared to hit the other kid back when they're bullied or they're attacked at school because they feel like they're going to get in trouble too.
Yeah.
So, I tell my son, if somebody put their hands on you, mama take care of it. Somebody put their hands on you, you go ahead and fight.
Right.
You defend yourself because you're not going to be nobody's victim.
School, man, I'm telling you what, man.
And he's like, no, I don't want to get in trouble. I'll get in trouble. And I told him, let me deal with that. I'll deal with the teacher. I'll deal with the school. But you don't let nobody attack you and you just sit there defenseless.
I always said it. If I would have had the resources, or if I'd have known the community to be involved in, I would have homeschooled my kids. Like, I see why parents homeschool their kids, because like I hear what goes on with my daughters talking from high school and the nonsense that goes on in there and some of the ratchetness and disrespect and if I hear one more, it was on site and they fought in the cafeteria or it went down in the.
And my son
I think
goes
you
to
have to know your kids,
but that too. But that's other people's kids are not being raised the way that you're raising your kids. Shawnee, you raising your girls to a certain way, and everybody's not going to raise them.
I got one that she was coming on, Mommy, they bullying me. Mommy, they tried to fight me. They tried to jump me because she the one The baby know how to put the battery in my back. Like she know how to get me going where I'm like, okay, I'm going up there. Go up to the school a couple times. Then I sat back and somebody made a comment to me. They said, every day, them kids not messing with your daughter like that. You got to look at your baby. And I stopped and I stepped back. I said, okay, let me pay attention to what she does. And she started some of this mess because I had to tell her. I said, okay, you in the mix with these people. You keep letting it go. You know, if you don't want to be bothered, then don't be bothered. You can't be halfway in and halfway out. Then when it go down, you want to run to me to fix it because I'm not. I'm not. Now the other one, she she come home and say somebody tried to jump her. Somebody tried to jump her because she don't say nothing to nobody. But that baby, no, she gonna throw the rock and say a couple things and then be like, I'm gonna tell my mommy on you.
But you gotta take bullying, bullying serious too. Regardless of whether you feel like your kid got some hands or whatnot, you gotta take bullying serious because a lot of times it plays on their self-esteem, their emotions. And there have been children who actually committed suicide because they were bullied. And then everybody is bewildered and like, what? I didn't know it was that serious. No, take it serious. The first time your child tell you they being bullied, all right, we're going to go handle this. We're going to go see what this is about.
So Brandy _wine 1180 says, number one, she's a teacher. These schools are crazy. My daughter's homeschooled. She says bullying is the worst. I am a teacher. I would suggest all parents to homeschool. That's just my opinion. I've been saying that for a minute.
Well, after the pandemic, Mike... That was tough. Everybody had to homeschool their kids. You gained a new appreciation.
Yeah, I just don't do anything.
I just know of the communities out here in Texas too. I knew about them. They had a whole homeschool community where the kids actually would spend. I still got the mark of sleeping on my face. That's hilarious. That's funny as hell. Stop that angle. Their kids would meet each other. Because they were all homeschooled, so they would do like lunches together, and they would do activities together.
Field trips, yeah. They socialize.
I'm not even. When I go to the high school to pick up my kids, I don't even know if I can even blame the administration. It's just overwhelming. It's just too many kids at this school. It's just too many kids that in order to. And then they not built because a lot of these people have been working in the school system for so long that they're older. So they're not up on anything new. So every time they got a system together, the kids, being kids, have figured a way to go around the system. So now they just got to put more cameras and they have to have more angles. And now they have to restrict how many kids can be in the bathroom at one time. And, my daughters are like, I think it's so nasty that the girls will just sit in a stall together and talk. Like, and my daughters are like, it's so nasty. Why are you sitting in the stall? I don't know.
That's because you're raising your daughter with common sense, with decency, with certain type of morals, certain type of character. Everybody's not doing that with their kids. Everybody's not even having an open conversation and dialogue with their kids. So half of them don't even know that they kids in that nasty ass stall talking on a cell phone, eating and doing all kinds of things in that bathroom stall together.
Nasty.
Yeah, I honestly blame the parents. But then at the same time, you can raise your kids and tell them stuff like I do with mine. But that baby, she's the one that's trying to go to the bathroom during class and hang out with her friends. And I told the teachers, no, she can't go to the bathroom. So as a parent, that's what you have to do. Because
you know your kid.
Yeah, she emailed me and she was like, does she have a problem? No, she ain't got no problem. She ain't got to go to the bathroom. Let her sit there and she pee on herself, then call me and I'll bring her some more clothes. Or I might make her stay in them. I mean, but no, don't send her to the bathroom because she's in the 6th grade. There's 8th graders that meet because I be, hearing them talk. So the little 8th graders come out and they go hang out in the bathroom, and I had to tell them, girl, so much stuff going on in the bathroom. You're not really.
Not only you have kids who are getting in trouble because that phone and them taping, sexual activities that happen in the bathrooms in the back of the stairwells, mainly the bathroom, and sometimes it's not even a girl and a boy. because you think, okay, you don't let a boy and a girl go out of your classroom at the same time to the bathroom. That's one of the things that the teachers try to kind of circumvent the problem. But you're forgetting the whole other side of it, boy on boy and girl on girl, allowing two girls to go to the bathroom at the same time. The same thing can happen.
Yeah, because they got girlfriends,
and they're taping themselves, which they don't understand the consequences of that either. They don't understand the consequences of you sending that video of you and the other person in the stall, and that's actual pornography.
Yes,
and it's a crime. It's a crime. You're talking about young people and having to have them register as sex offenders now.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. I can't. Now I know what my dad felt like when he was like, "I just want you to graduate and get out of there."
That's it. That's it.
I feel the same way. I'm like, just like, and they're having fun. Like they went to Kayla went to a basketball game yesterday, and she had a good time. And I'm glad they're doing activities like that. But the other thing about this generation is they get a kick out of arguing. Like they get a kick out of this verbal thing. Like it's like
I'm like,
well, look at what they have to watch. We didn't have reality shows. Mainly, it's now all reality shows. I mean, all you see is arguing and because you ain't shit, your mama ain't shit. That's all they see. So if they're over inundated with that type of that's it. I feel like that's how you're supposed to handle conflict.
And the girls be on next level on some. I don't even like you. Why you just stop? I don't even like you. Like, why are you even talking to me right now? Like nobody needs to hear your mouth right now. I'm like, oh god. So I get it from the females, even though I still think it's over the top. But even the boys are so into arguing now. Right. Like the boys are so into yap yap yap, and they sound like
coming up. Men didn't do that. Like guys didn't do that much talking. Like when I was in high school, they didn't do no talking. It was straight. All right, we gonna shoot the one. It was never all of that. Yeah, because it's a lot of, and I hate to use this word, but it's a lot of bitch tendencies that I see in these men.
And these little boys, and they argue with the little girls.
How they handle conflict.
Yeah, they argue with the little girls, and they doing this. And
they doing clapping, and they doing clapping. And this is why little boys are punching little girls, because everybody is literally acting as if they're all equals in this game.
Yeah,
like they're all the hair salon. That's when we see these videos of these little boys hitting on little. Like first of all, when you were 4.
You played that video? That's what you're talking about? You played the father?
I haven't played the video yet, but I have it.
Yeah, so go ahead. You might as well play the video because I was waiting for Shawn to get back on. Play the video. I need a drink of water. Jeez.
Don't fuck with her, she don't bother you. The next time you fuck with her, I'll tell her to beat your ass. I don't care what the school's out. We're gonna get out this car right now because I'm sick of y'all. What's going on? That's the last fucking time I'm gonna say it.
My daughter's bullied too, so stand up. My daughter's bullied, so I don't know what's going on.
Beat ass, cause I'm sick of it, and I'm not playing. What's going on? So if my daughter tell me again that somebody fuck with her, she gonna get out this car, and my son gonna get out too, and they gonna beat ass, cause I'm sick of it. What's going on?
DJ, ask Monte on the button.
You wanna beat up? Do you wanna beat up? Take off the gun. Beat her ass. No, you keep talking with her. Let's get it. Beat her ass. Beat her ass. You want to play? Exactly. You need to call it. Exactly. So don't fuck with her no more. Don't fuck with her no more. Straight up.
It's my kids messing with your children.
Now you see when the dad said get out the car and beat her ass, she was like no. It looked like her dad said, yo, you want to go? Like, you want to fight this little girl? And she's no. So he said, all right, don't F with her anymore. And I felt every bit of that. I felt every bit of it.
It's just, man, it's so. And I was gonna say maybe it's easier when you have a son, but I've never had a son, so I don't know if it would be easier. But at least if you talk, like you bring your daughter up there, you like beat her ass, you kind of feel weird. Because I remember, like, I told Jay Black, Akela, somebody said something to Akela. You know, the twins are Akela and Autumn. So somebody said something to Akela about wanting to fight Akela in school. And Monty calls me and says, well, Dad, she leaves school early. She said, I got to go to work. So somebody said they want to fight a Caleb. And I told them, well, when she gets near you, jump her. I really was like,
listen, let the big sister handle it. Let the big sister give direction, because she already know. Look, I gotta go to work. I can't stand here. So if she walk up, y'all know what to do.
This is my quote to her. I said, Monty, I don't know if I really should be co-signing this. I said, but I think it's good advice. So I'm just gonna let this ride. I'm gonna just let this ride, and I'm gonna see what happens. So I just let it ride. So all I did was text Kayla. I said, you got the instructions from Amani? She said yes. I said, okay. I basically said it's a go. What the fuck? Like, this is not supposed to be happening, yo.
Listen. Sometimes you gotta let the big sister teach the little sister. Like, look, this is how you protect yourself. Protect your neck.
But as a parent, I mean, I've been through that same scenario with my daughter, actually, and it went down, and it ended up being a problem when their parents came to my door. And my first thought was, yeah, do that. But as a parent, I don't want another adult talking reckless to my kid. Like, you come talk to me, and then we can have that dialogue. I admitted I was wrong in that scenario. I didn't admit it back then because I was young and I didn't care. I let my daughter whoop this boy ass. Like, it went down, and it was
over a boy. It was a boy.
It was a boy bullying, talking trash. So I waited till they got out of school, and I was across the street. So everybody's outside. When she crossed the street, they all crossed. I said, where you at? So you want to be bullying? And I said, whoop his ass the same way like that. And she, a nice 3-piece. Boom, boom, boom. He didn't swing back. Everybody, ooh. But of course, later that day, the boy happened to live around the corner from me. His peoples and I guess his mom and his uncles, because he didn't have a dad in his life. The uncle came around and they wanted smoke. And I was like, well, whatever's going to be is going to be. But, they not going to be bullying my daughter. But I thought about it now as an adult, you shouldn't be checking the little kids. Like, that's foul. Like, I know it's your child. Did you check the kid? Well, I said, no, you want to be bullying my daughter. So I guess that intimidated him to where as though he allowed her to 3-piece him, and it got the whole school buzzing, and she beat him up, and he didn't do nothing because my energy was up. Like, what are you doing with my child? Like, that was wrong.
And guess what? The mother and the uncle or whoever's raising that child should have told him, keep your mouth shut, stop bullying people, and this is what you get.
Yeah. But I
stand by what you say and stand by what you do. You want to be a bully? Then this is what you got. You got a 3-piece.
You didn't hit him, right?
No, but my mere presence as an adult, like that father, that intimidated that kid. So therefore, that kid.
There was another adult there. There was another adult there.
But in actuality, Jay Black could have went to jail for that.
Yeah, you probably could have.
I just said you ain't gonna be bullying my child, and I said go ahead, go ahead, hit him, fight him.
I know. Jay said, and I wish you would hit her back.
He left that part out.
I wish you would. I wish you would hit her back.
Our nurse practitioner is here, and she had an experience like that. So I'm gonna bring Sequoise up.
Sequoise, what you got going on, girl? What you want to tell us? First of all, happy Wednesday.
Thank you. I want to send a shout out to my youngest. Today's her 11th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But yeah, I had that experience. She came home and said a boy chased her home, saying that he wanted to fight. So I played it off. I didn't say nothing. And the next day when I got home, I was at the bus stop, and I was like, "Who is he? I want to know who he is because I fight kids." I probably should have said that, but that's what I said. And he wouldn't say. I said, "Well, whoever you are, get your mama and come to my door. I'll be waiting." And they didn't show up, but I asked her the next day. I said, "Did he say anything to you?" And she's like, "No." And now none of the boys will talk to me. I said, "Well, good. I did my job."
Yeah. Yes.
It's such a touchy, stressful situation because everybody's trigger is their kids.
Yes.
Like everybody's trigger. I don't care how nonviolent you are. Your trigger is going to be your kids. And I just see this dad. Yeah. And then, even with the Jay Black situation, when them uncles came to the house, it could have led to something that could have been 10 times worse than what happened. But that's why I'm ready. I'm telling you, if I had it to do again, I would research homeschooling and I would have homeschooled my kids. And I know people used to hit me with but they'll never learn how to interact and communicate with other kids. I said, listen, I went to high school. It didn't teach me nothing. on how to communicate with other kids and interact. It taught me how to do everything wrong. Everything. It taught me every bad way to interact with a person is what I learned in high school. Go ahead, Mom.
But I think that when you're talking about protecting your kids, I don't know a parent worth their weight that will not go from 0 to 100 real quick when it comes to their kids. And sometimes, yes, you don't think in the moment. When you see that there's an imminent danger to your child, that somebody's causing something or threatening them, you go into that whole mode of I'm protecting my kid. I'm protecting my kid. I tell my kid before he goes out, like, did anybody mess with you? Were they nice to you at school? Every day we had this conversation. The teacher, what about the kids at school? Were they nice to you? Because I come up there and I whoop somebody's ass. He'd be like, please don't say that. No, everybody was good. But I need you to understand, I got your back. And nobody has the right to bully you, and nobody has the right to make you feel afraid. And those are like serious conversations. Every school has a bullying coordinator now. They all have to have these, but they don't do anything.
Nothing. We had documentation. My niece was bullied. We tried to talk to the parent. The parent, she was out there, like, she was like, well, you should train your children not to respond when my daughter says something to you. Yeah. Documentation of the bullying. Even teachers wrote statements. The school said they saw no bullying. So I told Denisha, I said, she come up on you, whoop that ass. Came in the classroom. Followed her in the classroom. The principal said you could tell she had enough because she drug her all over that class. She ain't had no bullying problem since.
Well,
damn.
Well, it's worth it. It's worth the 3 day. Maybe sometimes it's worth the 3 day suspension.
The suspension, because we had
documentation
to stop the bullying.
It's just that kids shouldn't be walking around that stressed out and tense.
Yes.
Every time my kids, like, I got to keep warning my twins, don't get involved in these conversations.
Right.
They'll drag your name in it. And all you did was say, yeah. That's all you need to say is yeah. And now you don't co-sign something.
Yeah.
So be easy with all the yipping and the yapping, because I know y'all real quick to give your opinions on stuff, but you giving your opinion on, especially on these little group text messages.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that's why I be like, listen, let me tell you about these group text messages. You ain't got to be involved in this. Like, these group text messages start when they get home.
But when they get out of them, the people can add them back.
Yeah.
My niece, I made her get out of the group text because I was in it reading what was going on. So we made her get out of it. They kept adding her back to it. And it was the boys that were egging the girls on to fight.
I told y'all the little bitch tendencies.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with this generation of boys where we're raising them to behave that way. But I'm sorry, like, guys didn't get involved in that stuff when we were in high school, when we were junior high school.
And that's what I mean when I say, like, it's no disrespect to a mom that's raising a son by herself, or one that's raising a girl by themselves, because I think it is so important that the kid has both. You gotta have both. If I had a son, listen, that little boy.
They had
raised him to be the man I want him to be, and he needs to be a man. I'm not a man. I can't tell him how to do that. So
they had a little girl, two-piece the boy. Now, and I will say this: the boys that I've met two. They've been real. I mean, I ain't giving them too much love, but they were real nice young men. That they really were. So the one girl ran up on dude and beat him up in the hallway. He ain't hit her back. He let it happen. He ain't hit it back. She did it again.
It's time to call cousins.
What? Like, if you do it again. So now all three of my daughters come and said, Dad, he whipped her ass. That's it. But this was the second. Well, they say whip ass. No, he hit her back. And he hit her back a lot. Like, my daughters, he hit her back a lot. And I was like, really? So then this same girl, this is how crazy school gets. Now, mind y'all, people, we not in the hood. I'm not in the hood.
You don't have to be.
I'm in the suburbs. Supposedly, I'm in the suburbs, y'all. I'm like, and doing everything's supposed to be all 90210-ish out here, and it's not. The little girl gets pregnant, right? Okay, all right, things happen. She got pregnant, whatever. They jumped the chick while she pregnant. Like, this is happening. It's like, lean on me. They jumped the little girl while she's pregnant. And I'm looking at I don't even know what to do. I'm like, that's why I keep telling them, keep yourself out of these situations. Don't get involved even in having the conversation in the lunchroom. When everybody's talking about the little girl being pregnant, because you already know the little girl got pregnant. I think she was 15, 16, something like that. So you already know she's the topic of conversation. And because the baby father don't want to admit it, this is all happening. The boy says he's not the dad. This is all happening in the cafeteria. And I'm sitting over here like, I can't believe I send y'all to this school. I said, I don't even know what to do after this. I said, just please, y'all doing great. Everybody's doing, just graduate and just please just get out. Just
Our
go.
kids live in a social media driven world. They, they live in a fight culture world. They live in a tape everything world. They live in an exposure. Everybody wants to expose somebody, expose whatever they got going on. That's just what's going on right now. And I think that out of all of the challenges that the high schools have, this is like one of the biggest things. This is one of the biggest culprits of a lot of the jumping, and the one-on-one fights and the this crew against this crew fights in high schools.
And junior high.
And junior high, even down to your 5th and 6th graders though. Because if you look at it, some of the
junior high for here.
Some of the problems that that you would see only in maybe junior high, later junior high, high school, now are trickling down to the elementary school kids as well. Elementary school kids bringing in weapons, bringing in their phones. I just had to tell my son, you are not allowed to be on anybody's TikTok. I don't care if they brought up their phone into class. Your phone stays in your book bag, or it stays in a vehicle. And I'll give it back to you when you, when you come out. But if somebody else take him to school and he has his phone in his book bag, he knows, put it in your locker. You do not take it out and film no YouTube shorts or whatever else that they film. And this young man was putting him on his TikTok. In addition,
he was putting him on a TikTok.
He was putting him on his TikTok account. Now I went on the little boy's TikTok account. My son don't have a TikTok account. I went on the little boy's TikTok account and he has a lot of sexual parodies, sexual short. Yes, with cartoons. So it was this one little cartoon, Disney cartoon that was run by, he said, Disney sus. So which we know, it all means, suspect. He put the finger up to his phone, to the phone, and it had the cartoon tongue licking into the finger, doing this.
Oh, wow. Yes. It's going down, man. Yeah, these phones are going to be the gift and the curse forever, yo.
And so I have to, then your job is to tell them why the kid is not as cool as he thinks that he is. Then you got to, as a parent, you got to tell them why they can't do certain things. Well, so-and-so didn't know. You can't do it because in my house, this is what we do. I can't account for what his mom let him do, but in my house, this is what we do. I had to talk to the teacher. She's like, I didn't know that this was even being taped in my classroom. Yeah, there's certain stuff that's being taped in your classroom.
But you know what the problem is? I really, in a perfect world, don't think these kids should have their phones in school. But
I don't either.
But on the flip side, I don't trust the school.
Yeah, everything. Yeah,
I don't trust y'all. You know what I mean? Like
she has to be able to call me.
Yeah, my kids have to be able to call me on demand. I don't know how to work that out, Joe. I don't know how I don't know if cell phones should be when you walk into a classroom.
But why can't they just go to the office and call?
Because I want to know
why they can't do that. Because that phone, like my daughter would do that. The teacher say something that she didn't like. You know what she do? She pull her phone out and call me. And I tell her, listen, you talk to me when you get home. You don't stop classroom instruction because you don't like what the teacher said. Did she put her hands on you? Did she put you in a situation where your life was in danger? I don't care that you don't like what she said because it's a whole thing of respecting where you are. Like when we go to meetings up there for these activities they want to be in, and the parents are just as bad. While the person is up giving their presentation, you know what they're doing? They sitting over there talking. The parents are talking to the kids. And I'm like, this why the fucking classroom is out of control because you don't even know how to act So your kids don't know how to act. And what they do when these kids get mad, and we as parents done gas them up. Like I said, my baby know how to put the battery in my back. I'm going to call my mama. You calling your mom in the middle of math class and you can't even add? You got to pass the STAR test? So that's why I say I'm a big proponent for leave them phones at home. We didn't have phones at school, and we knew how to go to class and sit our ass down, do what we needed to do because we didn't want mom or dad to come up there. So it breaks the whole that understanding of authority because they feel like I got the phone on here. I call my mom on you. I call my daddy on you in a minute. No, you got to learn how to be in this situation because when you get on a job, you got to learn how to deal with that supervisor, and that's what you're doing right now. Now, if the school is the teachers are up being abusive or something, then it's time to change schools. But these phones, that's why I don't have no like when I took that phone. Shit, I told the teacher one day, she called me, she said, well, Taryn is crying because she lost her earbuds. And I said, let me tell you something, ma'am. If I had a hammer, I would come up there and bust that shit up all in front of her friends in that classroom. I said, you never have to call me about a phone. I said, and guess what? It'll never be a problem again because now she can't even bring the phone to school. So you're not going to have a problem with them earbuds again.
Yeah, it's just with like even what Action says because of school shootings.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost normal
more
these
prevalent.
days. And I can't trust these teachers to not do something crazy or say something in a classroom or inappropriately touch my child, and then it's their word against the teacher's word. So that's where it's the gift, like I keep saying. It's
the gift and the curse.
The gift and the curse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we fund. I know we don't fund our schools properly. I know that for a fact because there should be cameras in every classroom. The kids should be more monitored than what they are monitored right now. And there are a lot of schools where it's just a free fall, and the only security that is there, the only monitoring that's going on are the cell phones.
Yeah, but they can't do nothing. I mean, if like so when when Bill Clinton was in office and Hillary Clinton was our first lady, she put into play the whole child's rights thing. That's where everything got mixed up. And I'm not saying that kids shouldn't have rights, but I should be able to parent my child without, being like, oh, they're going to call CPS on me if I discipline my child this way to get them to do something. Right. So when they at school, like when I work in the classroom, I tell the kids straight up first day, listen, I fights kids. Y'all got your phones, call your mamas, call your aunties, call your uncles. Because if you get out of line with me, this is what Miss Scott is going to do. And they say, okay. But you have some teachers there that are afraid to say anything to these kids. And some of these kids be out of control. Yes. They be completely out of control. Yes. The school that I was at with Sequoise's daughter, it got to the point where the principal came to me. He said, Miss Scott, can we put you in like an AP position, assistant principal, because the kids listen to you? And some of those teachers were like scared because these kids, and this was elementary. Like I'm dealing with kinder, first, second, third, fourth grade kids that are telling the teachers, I will fuck you up with straight faces. Oh, no. And they'll call me, Miss Scott, can you come? So I'm like, well, baby, what happened? Well, she told me to go sit down. Yeah, go sit your ass down. Go sit down. What are you doing? The parents come up there. Well, she shouldn't be talking to my baby like that. Well, ma'am, and I tell them, ma'am, you can take your baby home then, because we can't do nothing with her. And like all that you doing, Keyston Poker come out of me real quick. I don't have no teacher certification, so I don't care.
Let me tell you, and it's funny you say that because even now, a lot of the teachers are gone out of the classroom. So you have substitute teachers, right? Who would, for the lack of a better word, some of them are just glorified babysitters. They just want a warm body in front of the class to have to make sure the little Raheem or little JKK ain't cutting up or breaking up no stuff in the classroom, ain't tearing up the computers in the classroom until 2:45 so they can send them back home. And so even with that, the learning aspect, some of that has been removed from the classroom. Some of the things that teachers, when we were coming up, teachers taught you outside of education, they also taught you life skills. They taught you etiquette, things that are appropriate that you're supposed to be doing. When I was coming up, I hate to use when I was coming up, but even they just stopped this not too long ago. We got paddled in school. Your parents had to sign something to say that you would not get, that you weren't allowed to get corporal punishment, is what they called it. So you can get up to 3 licks. And some of them teachers was Greek. I'll never forget Miss Bullock. She was a Delta, and her swing was nice. Her swing was nice. And everybody used to say, "Don't let Miss Bullock get you." And I didn't understand when I was younger, but she would make the boys cry. I was like, "How she make boys cry with this little?" Yeah, because it wasn't the little nice fancy paddle, ping pong paddle. They had paddles,
the wood paddle,
the paddles with the holes in it, so it no resistance. They had paddles. Yes, now of course them
tough skins.
Now of course that would be considered hazing and abuse, right? But then it was allowed. I grew up in a southern state, so that was allowed. And so there were things that you did not do because you knew the consequence was going to be you was going to have to line up and take up the 3 legs.
Put your hands on that table.
Actually, I got to sign the board in junior high when I graduated because I got so many licks. He allowed me to sign the board. But when I got to high school, the principal knew my father. So the first time I got in trouble, when I got to the office, my dad was there. That was the last time I got in trouble.
Yeah,
but back then you could get in trouble for passing notes, and it wasn't nothing because you were disrespectful. Right. But it was passing notes. Talking, being off task, not following directions, not following directives. Those were the things that you actually got in trouble with. You wouldn't dare tell a teacher, "I'm going to F you up." No.
But the thing is with that, and this is why I say there's never a happy medium in this country. It's always extreme. Right. In that same area that you're talking about, Mo, is when kids was getting fucked by teachers on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
Well, it's still
and they was getting, I'm just saying, what I'm saying, kids was getting beat by teachers. Kids was getting my parents never signed that paper. My parents wasn't playing that game. I went to a Catholic school. They was like, nobody's gonna paddle me. But there was always an extreme of what was happening to kids.
Right.
Like it was extremely bad. What these people, when you give people that type of power over your children, it's almost like human instinct. They abuse it. And they start feeling like it's a kingdom now. Like I run this kingdom and I can do whatever I want with these kids. Now it's become the opposite way around. Now we try to balance it out, but we never can. And then we don't even include the fact of how society has affected these kids going into school. Because when you're telling a teacher, "I will F you up," that's because you heard somebody in your house telling somebody that they were going to F. You was on the phone, you heard your parents on the phone.
Or your mother done told you, "I'm going to F you up." Or that's always how your parents talk to you. Yes.
My scary
quote, but it was a woman that said that the teachers are afraid of the police. The parents are afraid of the police. The teachers are afraid of the parents. The school board is afraid of the parents, but the kids ain't scared of nobody. And that's the problem.
Trent said a question. He says some parents and teachers too nice to kids nowadays.
Absolutely.
I will say yes, because I spoiled mine, and that's why I'm having to go back and fix some shit because my daughters are spoiled, and I did that. So now I got to fix that.
But you can create a healthy balance. Like so my son, I do empower him to have a voice, meaning don't be scared to speak up. You can speak to me about anything. But 2, your teacher, if there's something going on that they're telling you to do, it makes you feel uncomfortable. And I don't mean uncomfortable like you just don't want to do your work or you don't want to sit there and go through the lesson. I'm talking about if somebody touches you inappropriately, that's an authoritative figure, you have the right to say, "Don't touch me there. I don't like the way that makes me feel." So I give him that empowerment and voice, but I also make sure that he understands the level of respect that he has to give to adults. And I think that is the lacking here. When you empower a child to be like, to feel like they can come and say to their teacher, "Well, you can't make, I'm calling my mother," or you can't make me do that. Where's the balance in understanding that it might be something that might save their life for them to have that voice, but don't abuse it. Don't say, oh, well, I'm using my mom. I'm calling my mom. I'm telling my mom, like Shawnee said in the middle of class, I'm calling my mom. No, that's abusing it. I'm giving you a voice and I'm giving you your power to make sure that nothing bad happens to you because an adult wants to take advantage.
Right.
I don't have the answer for this because do schools need new policies? They absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
But my thing,
the parents do too.
Yes, and and that's where it never comes to an equal.
It should be a happy medium
thing.
I think in Arkansas you can't even curse at it. It's against the law to curse at a teacher. You can't even curse as a parent. I believe it's still there. If you cuss at a parent, that's actually something that you can get the police called and get a citation for.
9 pages that I deal with psych kids every day. I get to see the serial killers in the making.
Don. But what he there is truth. There is truth to what you're saying. When I was teaching in a care program, which was kind of like a program, the last resort program, before you get kicked out of public school, you still there, but you're getting therapeutic support. You have your own staff in. And we had kids that eloped, ran out the building. We had kids who every day came in there ready to fight. They put their book bag down and just was ready to fight and argue with you. But because those kids had diagnosis or had a paper trail saying that there was some type of mental health issues going on with them, you had to handle them a little bit differently. And I'm like, yeah, but it does not mean that they have the right. Don't use that diagnosis to empower them to say, oh, it's okay because I have this diagnosis, or it's okay because this is what's wrong with me, or they tell me this is what's wrong with me. And it's a fine line. It's a very, very fine line. It's a very fine line. Just because they have a mental health diagnosis does not mean that you cannot teach them respect.
Right.
And they know because the kids will say, well, I didn't take my medicine today. And I'll be like, well, baby, if you know that you didn't take your medicine today, then you know how to sit down and be quiet. Because I'm not about to call nobody.
Or parents or parents who know that their children are on medication and send them to school anyway, knowing that their behavior is going to be off because their chemical balance is off. And that's something that a lot of times they cannot help. Because if you're used to taking a medication, and that medication, along with therapy, is helping you to be able to focus, and you don't have that medication over the weekend. And it's Monday. You ain't had your meds since Thursday or Friday of last week. It's Monday, and I sent you to school so that Miss Shawnee could teach you. Oh, baby, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some problems. You're going to see the impulsive behavior. You're going to see the inability to concentrate. And then that's a recipe for disaster.
I think the kids acting this way is kind of a failure of both the parents and the teachers. Because I had an issue with my daughter where I got called to the principal or the office for athletics because she was being disrespectful to a coach. And she kept saying, but she keeps talking to me like she's crazy. And I said, but she's an adult. You're a child. You show her respect at all times. And then you call me and I'll handle it. If you're being disrespectful, there's nothing that I can do because you're the disrespectful child. So what she did was the next time that coach was being disrespectful, she called me on the phone and let me listen to how she was talking to her. And she was talking to them and she was fussing at them, talking to them like they was crazy. And I tapped her on her shoulder because I came up there. I said, I don't care how you talk to the rest of them. You ain't going to talk to that one. Like I pulled her to the side because I didn't want to say it in front of students. You can talk to all of them the way you want to, but you're not going to talk to that one like that because I don't okay that. I told her not to disrespect you. You're not going to disrespect her. I'm going to drag you in front of these students. I think that's serious. The way you talk to kids is important. And the way I think the parents and the teachers should work together on it. It shouldn't be the teachers against the parents because kids are very smart. And they know how to play them against each other. If the teachers and the parents don't work together, the kids will always win.
Yeah, because teachers, when the teachers call me, they're always so
afraid.
Well, Miss Scott, and I've listened to them, and then when I say, well, listen, that's your classroom. Don't no 11-year-old run my house.
Okay.
Handle it. I wouldn't send them up there if I felt like you guys were going to do something. He wouldn't be there.
But they're probably apprehensive when they speak with you, Shawnee, because number one, they probably got another Black female on the phone before you. It wasn't as nice or who did not know how to communicate with them. So they may have been called all kinds of, bitch, don't call my phone. I'm trying to sleep. I just got off of work. What you calling me for? Type of attitude.
I gotta say this, and it was gonna come eventually. In society, this was gonna come eventually.
Yes, trendsetter.
The shit that we grew up on, that you just listen to me because I'm an adult, was not gonna last forever. That was not gonna last forever, y'all. Just because I'm an adult, you're gonna treat me a certain way. It's coming to an end. And I'm seeing it all the time because all that simply because I'm an adult, you got to listen to me say this and say that.
Why does it have to come to an end?
No, it's already come. I'm seeing it in kids in general, in life in general. All those
this is the questioning generation.
All the old school ways that I grew up on and the things that I grew up, all that do as I say, not as I do. My kids be looking at me like, you absolutely crazy. We see how you be fucking up, Dad.
And
that's the thing. But it's going to have to come back because they got to follow instructions at work.
But see, that's my thing. Society is not going to be the same where you could just tell somebody you do this just because I tell you to do this. It's not going to last like that. What'd you say?
I said, my child, I can. My children give all their friends disclaimers. When you come to my house, you have to show my mom respect. You have to call her ma'am. You cannot call her by her first name.
And you're an individual case. I'm saying I'm speaking in a general sense of what society has become now. The rules are just not the same anymore
because they have Siri. They got Siri and they got Alexa, and they can ask questions outside of the realm of you. So this is a generation of questioning everything. But why? You know, when we were growing up, we couldn't ask why. But you have to think the shift in the societal norms. The shift is for us. We've empowered our kids, right, to have a voice. This generation has a voice, and you know why they're going to say, "But you did that."
But
so
you know why
we're wrong.
You know why we empowered our kids now?
It's
because our power was taken from us when we were kids our entire life. And we were told, just shut up. I know what I'm doing is wrong, but you can't say shit about it. So just take your ass to your room. Either way, and now people would, the stuff that I think about, and my parents, I'm not blaming my parents. My parents did the best they can. Right. They learned from a group of dysfunctional ass parents also, who learned from some even more dysfunctional parents. But I remember my dad getting mad at me one time. And I love my dad. I can't emphasize how cool me and my dad are. I failed a test in the second grade. I was in the second grade. I didn't even know what was going on. So when the grades came out, this dude started smacking me on the couch over getting an F on the test. Then when I put my hand up, he said, pull it down. Let me hit you. What type of bullshit is that?
You better not grab the belt. You better not grab the belt, and you better not move.
And I know my dad loves me, but my thing was that was not gonna last forever. Eventually, people were gonna come around to being like, because all that happens, and I say this for every father and every son. All that happens is eventually, and unfortunately, it's gonna come to a head. Because you ain't gonna be able to beat on somebody, but for so long.
Right.
That's true.
Until it's the natural progression. The person just gets older and says, dog, don't do it again or it's going to be a problem. But these kids,
that's why there's a boundary to that, even to what you're saying, Mike. There's a boundary to the way that you discipline too. It's age appropriate discipline.
Yeah.
At 16, no, at 16, and I'm not saying that it's right from 2 to 16, but at 16, there's no way that you think that you're going to be able to discipline your child the same way. No.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. Because now it's man to man and woman to woman, and we titty to titty, and I know you smelling yourself and you feeling yourself, and I know I'm not backing down. If I had a daughter, titty to titty with this, you understand what I'm saying?
But that's my problem.
Me and my 24-year-old had that conversation in the room one time.
Yeah, so you have to switch. You have to learn how to grow in your parenthood. Though you have to learn how to grow to figure out what works.
What I'm saying is that switch never happened with us. I see it with grandparents now. Why my Amani and her grandmother don't get along? And they just don't. Because Amani, you can't tell her the sky is red when it's blue. She's not gonna sit there and go, "Oh yeah, it is."
But that's most kids her age. That's most kids in this generation.
And now her grandmother is like 77, and I try and tell her she loves you, but Amani, they just from They're from a whole different world. Like it really is. Kids are not supposed to be heard. Well, in my opinion, especially raising girls, I need them to be heard because the life that they got to go through is always going to be harder than what I had to go through. So I need them to speak up. And you know what? It's going to bite me in my ass because Monty spoke up to me. And I said, you know what? I got to take that because I wanted you to do this, but you're not going to out-debate me. We're going to have this conversation and we're going to get to the bottom of this. But I need them to be empowered. Just in relationships alone, just dealing with other men, I need them to be empowered.
But your daughters are empowered, but they also have the balance of understanding, respecting people's space, opinion, and respecting adults. And that's the key to empowerment too. You can't just empower them and just let them run amok. Right. You also have to provide a level of structure with that empowerment.
No, I agree.
It's funny how the older generation still don't believe they have to answer each other. Like I'm my dad's doctor, and if I'll ask him what his blood pressure is, he won't tell me because he don't feel like he have to answer my question. And I'm like, how am I supposed to take care of you if you can't answer my question? Like he don't feel like I should be able to answer the question.
That's facts. That's stuff. That's stuff. It
I've
took
been
a long
asking him for 2
time.
days. Like, what is your blood pressure? He won't answer.
Yeah, me and my mom had a moment the other week because she wouldn't shut up, and I was trying to explain. So, she asked me a question, and I'm trying to, get to it for her, but she's just, well, no, and I said, Mama, please shut the hell up and listen. Just be quiet and listen. Just close your mouth. And my mom is that it was, you do what I say, not what I do. You don't have an opinion. That's the house I grew up in. But
you don't pay no bills. You
I've
got
only
no damn
spoken to your
opinion.
mom once, and I've gotten that. I got that.
Yeah, and I had to tell her, and I ain't feel bad about it because I'm like, damn, you need to shut up. Can't nobody say nothing. I can't answer the question. Be quiet.
But I tell you, I love my kids. I love my kids, but I can do without parenting. I love my kids.
Oh my God.
I can do without the parenting thing because I was not, nobody briefed me or gave me a 6-month class, a manual or something.
That's not a manual.
There is no manual.
That's what I posted the other day. I need a manual and somebody needs to get Jesus on the main line. But
look,
I blame myself because I'm the one that bought them the TV. I'm the one.
Don't
blame yourself. You did what everybody did.
I'm the one. Yeah, but see, I shouldn't have done what everybody did. I shouldn't have done what everybody did. And there are some things that, as a parent, when I sit down, and I don't feel bad. Like I'm not like, oh, Shawnee, you're a bad mom. I don't feel that way. But just in reflecting and trying to figure out, okay, what's going on, because it's not all their fault. I can't just say, well, my kids just out of control and they did it on their own. No, I played a big role in that because I allowed some things. And when I saw some things going on, had I, been like, okay, I'm gonna cut this out now, then maybe we wouldn't be where we are now. Now, granted, they still go to school. So it's not like they not on their friends' phones because their friends off and they forget their friends follow me on Instagram. So when they go live, I see it. And I'm like, okay.
And you're probably right. I just want to say this real quick on your behalf. But you act like when this was all happening that you were just sitting at home chilling, drinking coffee. You was trying to provide everything that you could provide for them. You was running around 24 hours a day, and then at the same time something slipped, and you may have missed it. So now you regrouping. But
and parenting. I think people forget that parenting is a journey. And just like any
ass fucking journey. It's a long journey.
But just like any other journey that you take in your life, there are, there's moments where you gotta pause and regroup. There's moments where you gotta pause and reflect so you'll know how to move forward. But never look at it. At least I try not to look at it and be like, oh man, I messed up here. I should have did this instead of that. I reflect and I be like, you got me this time. Okay, I learned it. This is a lesson I learned at this part of the journey. Now, as far as me moving forward, I know what you can't have and what I can't do and what I need to adjust, how I need to make some adjustments or whatever to this. But we'll never figure it out because behaviors are constantly changing. So the moment you think that you got your kid figured out and you know them like the back of your hand, boom, bam, like clockwork, it's going to change.
Because they done figured out
They're
something new.
human. They're human. Yes. So that's why I call it a journey. It's a never-ending journey. You're going to be on this ride forever.
And I was getting ready to punish her, and she hit me with the normal, "Oh, I'm so sad. My dad doesn't love me," and da 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 da. And I said, "Well, that's not working today because you snuck out my house." She said, "Oh," but she stopped crying. She was crying, "Oh, my dad doesn't love me." I said, "I don't care. You snuck my house. You getting it today?" She said, "Oh." I said, "You've been playing me all this time."
You gotta actually have strategy. When you talk to these, like, you got to really be like, wait a second. Now, what you're saying is right, but what does that have to do with what's going on right now? Like, your mom ain't been around for a while. Okay, but what does that have to do exactly with the fact that these dishes are still in the sink? I don't know why the dishes are
right.
still in the sink, but it does.
But Trendsetter, what you said was right, and that's why the school districts and the new models, when you're talking about behavioral health, they have taken away negative reinforcement. That will be considered negative reinforcement, and they replaced them with positive reinforcement models. But
see, I think all that is some of that is just so babying them and coddling them, and it's like, no, deal with it, because you know what? Like, for instance, when we go to the store, the girls, it used to be when I get paid, they got paid. Every time I get paid, I put money in my kids like that, just for them being my kids. We go to the store, they had their money, but they would always go over. And I just be like, all right, I'll pay the rest of it. And then one day I was like, nah, I ain't paying it. Put some of that shit back. Because when I get there and I ain't got all the money, I have to sit there and go through the thing and figure out what I'm going to put back so y'all can eat.
When did you become this enlightened about this? To here's some ideas.
Behavioral analysis.
Appropriate consequences when your teen misbehaves. Ignore mild misbehavior. I do that. Allow natural consequences. I do that because I know sometimes when what you're doing is going to wind up coming back on you anyway. So I let that go. Provide logical consequences. Sometimes I don't do that. Assign extra chores.
So the assign extra chores is the one that's negative reinforcement. So take that off your model.
Opportunities don't work for me because the problem is they're not doing the regular chores.
Yeah, take that off the model though.
So opportunities for restitution, that just sounds a weird word for having
meaning that they can come back from that.
No,
like
I get it.
Yeah.
Restricting privileges. Okay, I'm good with that. Types of privileges to restrict. Explain restriction limits. Now, honestly, I'm complaining. I really don't have anything to complain about with my daughters. It's pretty smooth. Like I said, I'm the screw up in the house. Like I'm the one getting put on timeout in actuality. But there are moments. There are moments when, like my daughters will be like, because, if I'm the type, I don't know how y'all perceive me, but if I see dishes are in the sink, I'm washing the dishes. Like I don't like walking by dishes. I don't see.
I know this. And I had a cup in my hand and he was like, "You finished with your drink?"
Yeah, because I don't see the fit. And I realized that Stacy, since I'm not working right now, Stacy's not coming home till 6:30. So we want her now to cook dinner and wash dishes. So I wash the dishes. So anyway, long story longer, I start putting the bowls where I put them, right? I started making my system. So Autumn was like, Dad, where'd you put my bowl? Because they all have bowls. That's a little weird to me too, but they all have their bowls. So I'm like, all right, I ain't been around every day for a while. So y'all got bowls. Tell me which one's my bowl, right? She said, where's my bowl? But she had a little tone in her voice, right? And I said, I think it's over there. She said, well, that's not where the bowl goes, right? And I said, well, if you need the bowl to go there, you need to wash your bowl and then put it exactly where you need it. But I felt my voice about to get a little high, right?
Because you're not used to that. You like, what?
So I had to do a breathing. I had to take a breath. I said, well, if you want your bowl to be in a certain place, you should wash it. And she looked, and I said, okay, cool. Because I really, when Shawnee says she spoiled her kids, I feel I can't even really raise my voice at my kids without them tearing up, like without me hurting their feelings. Like I don't know how to express myself when I get angry without hurting somebody's feelings. Like that's just the household I came from. Like whenever, like I have to, when I do this with y'all, this is the only time I get like this. Like once I put the laptop down, I go back to, I keep my voice down. I'm like, and I talk to everybody in a pleasant way. And when I try and explain it, and when I'm trying to explain something, sometimes I don't even explain it without me thinking about it for a few minutes. Because I'll wind up saying something, not knowing that I hurt their feelings for real. and nobody will say anything, and everybody walk around the house quiet, like.
But that's you being very intentional. But that's very important that you're saying that, because that's you being very intentional about the way that you communicate with your family. There's nothing wrong with that. If you know about yourself that you can go from 0 to 100 real quick over something, it's good that you're sitting here and you're going through the motions before you approach somebody or before you approach one of your family members and say, "Yo, why are you leaving dishes in the sink?" Or if you want your bowl somewhere else, then you need to wash the dish and you can put it where you like.
Because when I tell you, when the turn up has happened in this house for me,
your sister said, "Yeah, echoing."
Oh, I'm echoing.
No, I guess maybe she's talking about something you said.
Mirroring.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if she means echoing or not, but I tell you, because when the turn up goes up in here, it's like it's a bad place to be for a few days because everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, y'all just don't know. That was normal to me. Like my dad would turn up like that, and 20 minutes later, everything was back to its regular self.
Everybody sitting down and eating pastelas, right?
Yeah, everybody eating. I gotta really be very, very careful. Parenting sucks. We love our kids, but parenting sucks.
Yes. My son told me to stop cursing yesterday. I was like, "You right?
Stop cursing." How about
I don't like when you say that word.
How about I'm cursing watching the football game? Now I'm feeling uncomfortable when the girls are like, "Wow, Dad, that was a
right."
What?
We went off.
Yeah, I know.
I went off again. You bad?
All right, Sequoise, before we get out of here, is there something we need to talk about? There's something that you specifically need to bring up, talk about, do, whatever like that, because we run our mouths and then we don't get to what you need.
I'm just really excited. Tomorrow and Friday, I will be going into the schools to give speeches because y'all know I am Black History.
Yes.
So I got invited to a couple of schools to kind of pour into these young kids, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'm excited about that.
That's a beautiful thing. Do you want to, Mo? Do you got some stories? Should we take a break and come back with the stories? Quisha, you can stay and hang out if you got time.
Sure.
Where's the nurses summit?
Yeah, I was gonna say I know she does have a summit coming up.
The summit coming up.
Come on, you got to give all your stuff. Give all the good stuff.
The Nurses Summit is April 23rd. Yes, the link is in my bio or on my page. It's basically to help some of these nurses that are burnt out and tired, especially now that the government has decided to step in and try to put a cap on nurses' pay for traveling. So we're trying to help them find ideas and ways to get outside of nursing before they cap off how much money they can make on these travel assignments.
Ain't that something? First they were,
which is crazy.
Administration pay or cap the doctor's pay. But they want to cap the nurses' pay, and we get paid the least, besides the CNAs, as far as caring for patients. And without the nurses, the hospitals can't run. You can run the hospital without a doctor, but you can't run it without the nurses to take care of it.
Right. And you see how much the traveling nurses are making, because a lot of these agencies are being very competitive with their rates. They know that there's a shortage. And so this is really the time for a lot of the nurses, and I'm not speaking just for the nurse practitioners, but just even if you have a RN, an associate's or RN degree, this is the time for you to stack your money. I hate to say it like that, but this is the time for you to
start a staffing agency because they make it. That's what the nurse get paid is nothing compared to what the agency makes.
What the agency makes? Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's a nice little hustle going on.
It is.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, make your money because you're doing a great job. So make your money, damn it.
Thank you.
If you're a nurse, go make that money. Do what you gotta do. You're a traveling nurse. I know. We talked to a few traveling nurses when I was still on the station. And,
you talk about some people making $10K a week, easy, $13K a week, traveling as a traveling nurse.
Yes.
How many hours they have to work?
They have to work a lot. It's long, like 12 hours.
And then it depends on the per diem too.
Right. It depends on what you sign up for. But
I was gonna say maybe I'll go be a nurse, but no, that's okay.
Ready to go and do a travel assignment as an RN, and I was like, "Sis, you don't have to do that. You need to get you a telemedicine license in a couple of these states and do it from your home." I was making that in my bed. Wait, hold on, that didn't sound right.
Yeah. Some people are blessed. Some people are blessed. right, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna charge my phone, and then we'll come back with allegedly with Sexy Mo. So get your stories ready. We got the crew here. Jay Black will be back tomorrow, we assume. So we'll take a few minutes, 3.5 minutes. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. Yeah, y'all.
We the worst records, baby. About to ruin another perfectly good song. Yep, true story. Used to date this girl. One night she got in my car. She just wanted to argue. She started talking bad about me. She started talking about my nose, coming for me. I'm sensitive about my nose, so I had no choice. I had to make that walk. Make that walk. Walk your ass home, girl. Just keep going. Hope she get lost. Don't let me your thought. True colors I never ditched the chick before. I apologize if you live too far, but I made that walk. Made that big walk. I guess you know where she's going. Yeah. Know you wanna fight. I can see it in your eyes when I picked you up at your front door. Matter of time, there's no reason for this fight. Tell me something I ain't heard before. Oh, I've been dealing with this shit, and it's about to be on. Stop talking all the shit. Oh, she won't, so I made that walk. Made that walk. Walk her ass home, girl, just keep going. Hope you get lost. Don't let me your thoughts. True colors. I've never ditched a chick before. I apologize if you live too far, but I made that walk. Made that walk. I guess you know where she's going. Oh, nah. Clown my mom's hairdo when the couch is in the guest room. I'll make sure I keep her number blocked. Now it's time to play. Go out on a date. I'll be partying at 5 o'clock. Oh, I've been dreaming about it, girl. You ain't the one I want. I can't stop laughing, girl, 'cause I made that walk. Made that walk. Walk your ass home, girl. Just keep going. Hope she get lost. Don't let me your thoughts. True colors are showing. Get out my car and stay out my car. You don't talk about my nose. I'm sensitive about my nose. We the worst records. Yeah, yo. Made that walk. That'll learn ya.
What up, y'all? It's Michael Shawn, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawneeScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawneeScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawneeScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Shawn. Yeah, yeah.
I was always funny. I was always the funniest kid in the room, the funniest teenager in the class, and the funniest adult. Back then, I didn't even know that this would be my career. It was my protection. Funny is what got me through every trauma in my life. Every person I lost, every fight I lost, every girlfriend I lost. Funny always got me through these things. It was the one relationship that I knew I can't live without this one. I need funny. I gotta make people laugh. I gotta take away their anger so it won't be directed at me. And that relationship was so important
that it literally turned into my job. And I thought, this is the end all, be all, be funny. Until I met alcohol. When I met alcohol, that relationship took over. I can only explain my relationship with alcohol like a toxic relationship. And we see it all the time. We see it all the time. There's a person, let's just say it's a woman who has a bright smile that lights up the room, who has all the energy in the world, and everybody loves this woman. But she's in love with this toxic man that brings her nothing but pain, brings her violence, brings her this sadness that she can't compare to anything else in the world. But even though that man brings that to her, she can't find it in her mind. She can't even fathom living without this toxic person. That is my exact relationship with alcohol.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top, yeah.
Tap in.
Tap in. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. What we're about to do, I'm going to let you know right now. The stories that are about to be told can be retracted in any minute. Once it's said, we might come back and say it wasn't true. We found out something different. These are all alleged, and this is why we call it allegedly with Sexy Mo. Did somebody put up some salaries?
Yes, trendsetter. That's those numbers that you're looking at are possibly pre-COVID numbers. We're talking about since COVID has taken off. These agencies are, and some are more lucrative than others. But yes.
Also, very significantly on the average, they earn $76,000, which is a starting salary of $54,000, raising to $94,000 as more experience is gained. That's not okay. I mean, it's a hard job. I mean, I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't do it either. Hats off to you,
at the beginning, at the beginning of COVID, I still had 3 clinicals to go. And don't you know, in Baltimore and Maryland, they were setting up these, COVID sites, and they were pulling nursing students to come, meaning you did not have to have anything more than the ability to know
Take
what
a
angle to get the
temperature.
shot and take a temperature.
Take a
yes,
temperature.
and keep
What?
vitals. Yes. But that's something I chose not to do, of course, because I felt like that was, to me, immoral. Because what you're saying is basically that I don't have to have a medical degree or any type of degree in order to practice. And so, yeah, I didn't do it.
Good for you, Mo, because
clap it up for Mo.
Yeah, the money looked nice. The money was nice.
I would have been there with multiple thermometers. Like, hey, who did they temperature take?
Raise your tongue. Let me see your ear.
I thought that was so crazy. You said raise your tongue. Let me see your ear.
Yeah, let me see your put this.
Yeah, then you would never ever be able to get your license. And so I think that that was wrong. They put a lot of a lot of nursing students in a bad situation because they know that most of them are desperate. They're younger. They're desperate for money. And yeah,
a lot of them got burnt out before they even got to finish.
Right.
Yeah, I saw some. So I was like, "Wow, those were the first responders for real." Like, I'll put it under your armpit. Amir said, "Yeah, there was back in the day. I used to hate when you
put it in your butt.
Yeah, put it in your butt.
In your butt.
No, you're supposed to do the least invasive when it comes to taking temperature. So the rectum is supposed to be like last resort. Yeah,
I was traumatized. I remember being like 2 or 3 years old. I used to hate that, yo.
Oh goodness!
When I would be in the hospital all the time with my asthma, I was 2 or 3. I can remember clearly. I remember this girl ODing while we were in the emergency room. They were making her throw up and all this other stuff. And I remember them always taking the temperature and putting it in my butt. I was like, I maybe that's why that stuck in my head so long.
Put it in your butt. You never heard that, Mom? Yeah, they would put the thermometer in your butt.
Yeah, but not as a big person.
No. I was 2 or 3 years old. I just said I was like, well, you ain't never been to my doctor. And then when I would run from the shots, right? I would literally dip. Like I ran, and one time I ran and I made the wrong left. Instead of making a right to the elevator, I made a left. And it was another room. I think people were like getting blood work or whatever. And they grabbed me, and them cats had to put the restraint thing on me. Like they had to really lay me down. Oh, man, listen. Them first few years in the hospital, boy, hospitals were different back then. Forget schools, hospitals ain't give a damn. You taking this shot. Ain't gonna be no. All right, go ahead, girl. What's your story?
Well, speaking of taking things in the butt, I don't really want to say taking things in the butt, but he was accused of some sodomy cases. But R. Kelly, I told you that he's trying to get acquitted. He hasn't been sentenced yet, of course, but he's trying to get acquitted from his previous trial outcome. Well, he's actually claiming that they denied him the right to effective counsel in examining the jurors, which is something that you could, receive a new trial from. Also, he's citing that the jury had viewed the 2019 Surviving R. Kelly documentary prior to coming on, and of course, you get the instructions, which you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to watch the news, current events, or look up things about the person's past that's not presented by the prosecutor. Well, he's saying that, of course, the jury did not abide by that, and so he's citing those two reasons for a new trial and acquittal.
And he got the Cosby lawyer, right? Didn't he get the?
Yes. So what he's done is he's gotten the same team that was able to get Cosby off, but he also says that one of his previous trial attorneys, was also having a conflict of interest by representing one of the witnesses or victims.
I guess they
should be said. So it looks like, we were talking about R. Kelly like, oh, he ain't getting no new trial. That's it. He may be able to, on the grounds of these bases alone, get a new trial and get a new jury.
Man.
So it ain't over to the fat lady saying. And
is it possible? Like, this is profiling. Is it possible? Because you're not supposed to be familiar with the case when they select the jury. Is it really possible to find a black person in Chicago that wasn't familiar with the case? I mean, I could be profiling. They could be black people who don't really even know of R. Kelly.
And not everybody saw that documentary. We take it for granted. We're like, oh, everybody's seen that. No, not everybody has seen that documentary.
Everybody doesn't know who R. Kelly is.
Right. They may know his music, but they may not say. White people may not know that. Oh, I Believe I Can Fly. They may not know that that's R. Kelly. They just say, hey, I like the song. It was sung at all the graduations. It sound nice. But when you're talking about jury selection, there may be someone that you're familiar with. But when it comes to listening to the facts of the case and weighing in, you can't go out and do your own research. You can't go out and look up things about the person.
I think that's tough in Chicago to find somebody who's not familiar with R. Kelly. That's like finding somebody in Philly who wasn't familiar with Allen Iverson.
But that's basketball.
I mean, R. Kelly in Chicago
too.
But it's still a certain genre of music that he had that not everybody knows who he is.
I don't know.
Trendsetter own it today. Trendsetter, you trying to get a position? You want to block Trendsetter?
I don't know how Trendsetter setting. He's sending it so fast I can't keep up.
He's gotta be on a laptop or a PC. Definitely not on your phone.
Conviction for racketeering. See, the racketeering thing is going to be hard for him to beat.
Right. And so, that's the one thing that is definitely, I don't think that's a charge that's going away. However, the sexual abuse or the abduction, the kidnapping, those are things that it's a very fine line too. Because if I told you, I want you to come over my house and I brought you over my house and I said, but you can't leave right now. You can't leave until tomorrow, or you can't leave for the next 3 days. That's technically I'm kidnapping you because you've already said that you want to leave or you feel uncomfortable, you're ready to leave. So kidnapping charges is.
I'm not gonna say the lady's name. But we interviewed one of the ladies that stayed at R. Kelly's house. Of course.
Yeah. You should say her name.
I even forgot.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I even forgot the lady's name.
She used to work with me.
I think so. Yes. Yeah. There was a lot to that story that just did not.
She put a book out, Kitty.
Yeah, that story didn't have any rhyme or reason. Like I was lost, but I've never been mentally brainwashed. I don't know, but unless I didn't get it. Some of the circumstances, I was like, I did not get it. There's also
I would like for K. Michelle to write her book because she said that nobody asked her because a lot of the parents would be upset because when she was there, a lot of the parents that are claiming things were in the kitchen cooking.
Well, Kelly Price said as much as well as when they had tours and things like that, that there were parents bringing their children backstage to meet him. And that was even after the allegations of him having a whole sex tape, peeing on somebody. Like they were still bringing their children and back in hopes of stardom.
Wow. We'll see, man.
Yeah,
that would be
sells
crazy.
a good story. He sells a good story, especially to somebody that's desperate to be in the music industry, and they think, "Oh, R. Kelly is going to make it happen for me because they saying all the right stuff."
But one of my questions,
we know because we behind the Iron Curtain, so we know. But
I think one of my questions to that, Shawnee, would be, what's the responsibility of the parent? Where's the culpability for the parent who actually brought their kid there, dropped their kid at best, child endangerment? Why are parents being charged with child endangerment for taking their kids knowingly to someone who's had such an accusatory past of being a child predator? Where's the culpability in that? We're saying that, okay, that the parent has some type of responsibility there. They're not going after these parents. They are going specifically after R. Kelly.
Yeah. And I want to know why the parents didn't have anything to say until after R. Kelly went broke.
Well, maybe they didn't feel. I mean, because that whole R. Kelly thing, it's would I take my daughter? No, but that's because I know. But I don't know if I would fall for it if I were a parent that didn't work in the industry at all. Maybe I just had a regular job, I didn't know anything about it. But my daughters were telling me, "Oh, we want to be singers. We want to be singers." And then they had this opportunity. I don't know. I can't honestly say that. Now, I don't think I drop them off and leave them because I've had a problem at the dentist office. Like they wanted to take my daughters back without me, and I'm like, nah, they can't go back there without me. So I don't know that I would have left them, and it was a whole problem. Like we had to change dentists and everything because I was like, I don't know you. You're not getting ready to go in her mouth and put all that stuff on her, and I'm not there. I don't know what you're doing with her. But I don't know. So I don't beat the parents up too much because they were trying to help their kids get to this dream.
If you leave your kid,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know that I would leave them.
I can't bring you that.
But it's not just a star. So like let's be clear. It's not the fact that they just left them with a star because he was a star. You left them with somebody who has a past history of several cases where they're saying he is a child predator.
But
this is a pattern. Even if it wasn't true, I would be skeptical about leaving my kid. I would be like, yeah, no, I heard. So what we going to do?
Talking to R. Kelly. That's the thing. He has a whole team. So that's not the first person you talk to.
And that may be true.
Set up to where whoever. So if I'm on, if he's trying to come after your baby, then it's set up to where there's somebody there that's going to talk to you that'll fit your situation. So the first time you're not talking to R. Kelly. You're talking to somebody that's like, okay, yeah, this is how we handle this. We have to set up this way, and I'll be with them, and and it sounds all great. And it's like, well, someone probably like, well, it's okay. No, this wasn't just, oh, I'm on the phone with R. Kelly.
But in my color purple voice, I don't know her either. That's how I would be. I don't know her, and I don't know her either.
I think the universe is always going to be against R. Kelly for what he did to Aaliyah. That's what I think.
I mean, we definitely, I think that we can all agree that there is
allegedly did to Aaliyah.
There is no coming back from the place that he is now. I think that this is probably his lowest place. But in terms of legal wise, I wouldn't be surprised if he, only got like a small amount of time, and that's just going from the legal parameters of this case. But as a community, do we still love his music? Yeah, we love his music. We love his music.
It's hard for me to listen to his music.
But I was gonna say on the flip of that,
it's like, ooh.
On the flip of that, you have some people who are like Shawnee, and I'm pretty sure you was a big fan of his music back in the day. But because of you are now seeing the person, you're seeing Robert Sylvester, you're not seeing ours or Kel's. You're not seeing that. You're seeing the man, the person with flaws, and
if we had to, if
hard to
we
disconnect
found
from
out
that
the
sometimes.
background story on most of the artists that we listen to, we'd have a hard time listening to them. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
And if Aaliyah had ever lived and told her story on how these industry celebrities treated her,
and not just R. Kelly,
not just R. Kelly,
not just R. Kelly,
14, 15, and 16, and how they lusted over her. And some of y'all exposed yourselves, even on a documentary, how much y'all were lusting over that teenage girl. I'm just keep it.
I think everybody forgot that she was as young as she was.
She was a kid.
She was a kid.
She was one of Shawnee's daughters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
She was what was she, 16 when she started when R.
14.
Kelly?
She was like 14.
So the
14.
Twins the twins are 15 right now, and he had her flying around with R. Kelly doing what he was like. There's a lot, man. There's a lot that goes on in this industry that we would not be supporting a lot of stuff that goes on, boy.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I do support, Michael Shawn, in this industry, and that's the photo of Michael Jordan with his hand on the top of Mary J.
for you.
Yeah, he hit
I
that.
got the clip for you.
What?
He hit that.
You want me to play the clip?
Play the clip.
It was like a comfortable lay too. It was a comfortable.
Please play
okay, here it is.
Not quite on the back, but
I almost came out there. You did a good job. Absolutely.
Oh, that wasn't the whole thing. No, because he what the hell happened? No.
He tapped the top of her ass.
No, that
Kind big. He probably thought he was getting
that was we out in public, but I smashed that before.
Of him with I
Or I
guess
would
it was
like
wife
to.
on one side and Mary on the other, and he got his hand
Yes.
down. No,
Yeah.
no,
He went in.
No, that's not right.
No, there's another clip of it.
That was just a clue.
If that would been a white woman, he would have caught a charge. He would have caught a charge, right? He would have been in human resource right after that.
You're wrong for that.
He scooped her. He grabbed all that real love ass. He did his thing.
I mean, the man got big hands, but I think that was definitely a comfortable. I see the picture. No, the picture.
This is why.
I almost came out there. You did a good job. Absolutely.
No, ma'am. That ain't no comfortable. Mike ain't never patted me like that. Jay Black ain't never.
No, when I say comfortable, I mean either he done hit, or he done smash, or he want to smash.
He probably not used to a booty like that. He didn't know where to put his hand because if it had been
he used to
it would
it.
have been on the back.
Oh, he used to it. We see you, Mike. I ain't
His
mad.
wife ain't no itty bitty woman.
But listen, I'm not mad because Mary was fine with it. As long as it's two adults and they were both fine with where the hands were going, I'm good with it. Go knock yourself out.
That's why I said I'm here for it. I was like, yeah, I'm here for it.
Either Mike did hit or Mike gave it a little tap, like it could happen.
It could happen.
He's married. We don't do it.
I got what?
Don't do that.
Married.
Girl, please. Girl, now you being more naive than me.
Yeah,
on here.
Magic Johnson married too.
Girl, stop.
I'm not putting that on Mary because of what she went through with somebody messing with her husband. I don't think she would do that to somebody else.
Man, listen, Mary jumped right on that Air Jordan. What? She jumped right on that Air Jordan.
And if you want to hit it on a regular, I need you to sign at least 5 to 10% to me. Yeah, you see.
We know something go wrong if Mary.
And he tall, so he could have did the back. He could have did the mid shoulder. That's purpose. That's purpose.
Mary gonna have a new sneaker out, the MJ1.
MJB.
MJB. Oh, go down. I ain't mad at you, Mary. Live your life, girl.
MJSC for side chick.
Sign the deal. Sign the deal, Mary.
Yo, Mike was on fire that whole All-Star weekend, yo. Mike was hugging
and then look at this one.
Let's see.
LeBron James is getting LeBron James is getting his little peek in here.
He was peeking. LeBron. Look, you know what LeBron was saying? LeBron was like, yo, Uncle's tripping, yo. Uncle's tripping right now. Yo, somebody grab Mike, yo.
And look at how they holding each other, though. Look at how Mike holding him.
And
get your boy.
And think of that. That's on the NBA court. Can you imagine?
I like them together, though.
it would have been in a suite, like in the NBA suites. Oh man, they would have held each other. Go ahead, Mary.
Mary, I ain't mad. I ain't mad.
MJ and MJB. I kind of like them together.
That's hilarious.
MJ and MJB.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan walked in that bitch.
Allegedly.
Y'all, Michael Jordan's like, y'all gonna remember who Michael Jordan is. I grab whoever I want.
But look at how he looking at her when they talk.
I almost came out there hustling. Did a good job.
Look at how he looking at her. He
That's
said
the
he
body
almost came out
language,
there.
girl. I almost came out there and hugged you.
It's so tight, her real hair.
Baby.
Mary acting like she felt something on that hug.
I know.
Yeah.
I almost came out there hustling. Did a good job.
Did he say I want to marry you?
No, he said I almost came up there and got you.
But
during
what
her
did she
performance.
say?
Oh, I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, let's
she
listen
don't
one
even
more time.
remember.
I almost came out there hustling. Did a good job.
I don't know what she said.
But
She said something. She said something. I wish I'd have met you when wish I'd have met you when I was with Jodeci. No, I'm playing.
Really?
I needed your protection back in the day.
Oh wow. I mean, I know he married to that other woman, but I'm
not the other woman.
First of all, technically, to keep it 100, like Mary really ain't in Mike's league and like that. Like when it comes to the people he be around, but I think there was something that got him attracted. Like he felt like he was, like that's
he
Mary.
need a real one. He want
Maybe
a
it
real
is.
one now. He because that little Barbie doll he got,
Might
I'm
be
just
around
saying.
billionaires. He don't be messing with us really. He don't be messing with us on no regular. He don't be no LeBron like being at the club, huh?
I said she not regular.
Oh, well, I'm
you want to come on?
That's to be debatable. Yo, so all right, we about to wrap up.
Amir said he want to be like Mike.
We all do.
All right, Mike. There was that legendary alleged story where Jada played Michael Jordan out. Remember that story, y'all?
Jada who?
Jada Pinkett. When she went up to her, allegedly, he said something to Jada at a party, and Will was like there. He was like, when you want to come and be with a real man, let me know. And supposedly Jada let him have it over that comment. That's all alleged. That's just a story from way back in the day. That was alleged that happened. All right, trendsetter. He done set the world on fire. Your content has been amazing.
I know.
Love it. Thank you for being engaged today, trendsetter.
He was touchy-feely on everything.
Thank you.
Man.
Yeah, Auntie was trying to throw them that clapper, that big clapper back there on them.
She better take her ass back to that 50 Cent set and leave Michael Jordan alone.
Listen, I like it. I love it. Her and Mike Jordan. Yeah.
Here for it too,
that would be nice. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with him and his that
Mike,
chick that he
Mike,
married.
stay away.
Amazing. Looks beautiful.
But they look good together. He need a real one. He need a real
No,
sister.
he don't need that damage. He don't need that damage in his life.
What you mean that damage? He got damage. He got a whole bunch of damage. He over there in Get Out world.
He don't need that.
He can't get rid of her because baby, she will take him to the ring. Because they have a baby too.
Get out, Mike. Run away, Mike, because the next album will be about you. Run away, Mike. It's always good for a while with Mary. It's always good for a while with Mary. Then next thing you know, she's writing songs about how you broke her heart. Stop playing. Y'all not
Mary
gonna
just
break her
had
heart.
bad. Mary just had bad luck. Don't do that. Mary.
Yeah, there was a common denominator. At a certain point, you gotta be like, who was the common denominator?
At least he won't be trying to sue her for no money.
He
got his own money.
First of all, Michael Jordan ain't taking Mary to the parties he goes to. I just want to keep it real because
she's already attending.
That's not Michael. That's not Michael Jordan's. I'm telling you, she's not where Michael Jordan's at.
The thing that he married is. I mean, come on. What
that's the one that he keeps around in them circles. Look, people, y'all got to know there's levels to this. When y'all start thinking Mary J. Blige is on Michael Jordan's level, that's when y'all lost your mind. That's when y'all lost your mind.
BS. That is some BS. He can take Mary
that is no
anywhere.
BS. There are levels to this.
Mary adds to him more than what the thing he got add to him.
No, trust. That's not his arena. He doesn't even bring her where he goes.
He might not want her to be in his arena, but they
exactly.
Yeah, listen, Mike still eat greens. You right, Trent. He from the country. He still eat greens.
So.
And
I don't even believe.
legs.
I don't even believe that either. I don't even believe Mike eating greens and nothing like that. Mike switched up a long time ago.
Well, now with that thing he married, now she ain't making no greens. She probably ain't making nothing. She's spending all the money. She ain't bringing nothing. She's a liability.
So Mike ain't touched a black woman since his first year at North Carolina. That's probably the last time he was ever running up in there. Mike wouldn't even accept hip hop. Mike wasn't even. Michael Jordan was.
Mike. I don't like Michael Jordan like that. So, but I like him and Mary J. Blige together.
In the wise words of my grandmother, you're married for security and you learn to love later.
I ain't mad at that.
So when you say, can I handle MJ? Absolutely.
I ain't mad. I'm not mad. All right, y'all. It's been fun. It's been great. Raisins in the potato salad.
Potato salad. Yeah, that's what Michael Jordan eating. Raisins in the potato salad.
Yes,
well, he ain't even get there because that girl ain't cooking. She ain't cooking. She ain't cleaning. She ain't doing nothing but
don't get mad because Mike.
Meal.
We can't see Mike's level. We can't see Michael Jordan's level. We don't know his life. We don't know. We'll never see his world. Like he's a whole different animal.
I am resilient and independent, but guess what? I know how to sit pretty too and be quiet.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Because Mary looks like she's gonna sit down and be quiet. He know Mary ain't gonna sit down and be quiet.
Next to Mike, she would. Next to Kendu,
I like Fiji.
But next
she'll be doing her whole crazy dance. Mike, what are you doing? What are you doing?
She know how to sit down and be quiet.
No, she don't.
With him, she would. Oh, she gets some act right real quick. Yes, she would. She would know how to sit down, be quiet, and
Mike can't have nobody at too many rappers untapped up. All right, listen, let's wrap it up.
Well, what you think he got?
100.
What you think? Okay, let's keep it 100. So you think the woman that he married to ain't been tapped by other ballers?
No, I said rappers.
Players?
I said rappers.
He got
There's
rappers.
level.
That girl got rappers too. When he
messing.
He was running through
don't get mad at me because Mary ain't on Michael Jordan's goddamn level. You ain't gonna convince me about this shit. Mary J. Blige is real love. Mary J. Blige is on Versus. Michael Jordan's a billionaire icon.
I'm just
but that woman he married ain't. She's
just somebody. She's just somebody that's there. She's just somebody that's there.
Poor
That's the
Mary.
whole point of
she
this
was
whole
just
thing.
there. She was just
there.
happened to be there.
Well, I'm here for it. I'm
lap.
here for it. If
Mary
that's what it is.
Mary don't meet that checklist.
Hey,
It's not that she's a bad
The
person.
one he went don't meet the checklist.
She meets all the checklists. We don't know her. That's one checklist. We don't know her.
We don't know her.
We don't know nothing
No,
about
we
the
don't.
girl.
We don't know. She ain't nobody. She's a liability.
She's
not
somebody.
gonna say nothing. She's just there.
Oh, he's somebody's
for
wife.
security.
Checklist.
Yeah, his wife.
Checklist.
Yeah,
Checklist.
she's just there for the
Yes.
security.
Mike said, "I see you all."
So we
She's
think
not
she
on his
love
level
him.
because she's
She
about
love Mike.
more famous than he is, and he can't handle that. Is that why she's not?
You think what?
That since she is somebody and people know her more than him, that's the reason why they can't be on the same level.
Okay, can I break it down to y'all? Who is Magic Johnson married to?
Cookie.
I don't know.
What does she do?
Cookie has written books. Cookie
She has clothing lines.
Really?
She has been. She's gone around speaking.
We don't see Cookie. We don't see nothing.
Cookie on the whole home
we didn't
shopping
hear
network.
and
What
then
are you talking about?
Nobody know Cookie. She just played.
Hold on now.
Hold on. He got AIDS while he was with Cookie, and she stayed.
And she stayed.
Yes.
Let Michael Jordan get AIDS while he with the little young white girl, and let's see if she gonna stay. Let's see if
you
she
gotta
gonna
play.
stay.
Do you understand the position you have to play when you're with somebody like that?
Well,
Mary,
Mike,
they play in that position.
Mike, they don't make any more Cookie Johnsons.
They don't make them exactly.
And get her money.
You gotta have the Bill Cosby wife who stands by him through all the. Mary ain't doing that.
Yeah, she would.
The people, no, she wouldn't.
Her songs say that she would.
She didn't.
But not
She never did.
Kendu.
But she
that's
never
because
did.
She was married
Because
to
they
Kendu.
cheated.
And was messing with
That's
KC.
what I'm saying. She couldn't even.
If she got an MJ, she would.
could not handle a little bit of cheating and abuse. Camille and Cookie handled AIDS and rape. You hear me?
A little bit of cheating and abuse.
Yes.
Are you serious?
This is what they want. I'm telling you, this is what I'm trying to tell you, the checklist that you have to deal with. A man, listen to this. A man called AIDS, HIV, while he was married to a woman. He went on TV for 3 straight months and bragged about having sex with 5 women after each game. Camille had to sit there while Bill Cosby literally drugged chicks all over the country. This is the shit you got to deal with. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Mary ain't built to be in that situation. She ain't built to live that life. Dog, she not.
Right. Poor Mary for having.
No, I'm applauding Mary. I'm giving Mary props. But that's a whole different world that Michael Jordan lives in. And if y'all think it's
to me, you know what? I'm gonna have my daughters watch this episode, and I'm gonna say this is why you go out and get your own money.
Yes,
deal with a little bit of cheating and a little abuse.
Yes,
the man makes all the money.
Real fact. No, I can keep naming the names, y'all. I can keep naming the names, and y'all gonna be like, "Yup, you right." That, "Yup, you right." Yup.
But there is reality to it.
If Stacey cheated on you and hit you in your eye,
I would be gone. I would be gone.
Would you leave?
But the sad part of that is that what you're saying, Mike, is there's truth to what you're saying, that there are people who stay because of the amount of success and money that a person has, and they shut up and be quiet.
Dog, even
there are women.
God bless the dead. Kobe's wife wasn't going nowhere, even if he got found guilty. Wasn't going nowhere.
She took that rare diamond and kept it and kept her mouth shut. Yeah. Like, not saying that there wasn't internal things that they had to deal with, but in the public eye, she did. She took that peace offering. What was that big exclusive diamond he put on her hand, and that was it.
Do you know if I was with Oprah, she'd have me sitting in the goddamn corner? You think I'd be allowed to tell jokes? I wouldn't be allowed to do anything.
You ain't allowed to be funny, Mike.
Hell no.
You ain't allowed to be funny.
I
don't even want to see you smile.
You're not allowed to be bright either. You got to darken up a little bit.
Exactly.
Seven ain't dark. He could be white. I mean, he could be bright. I'm sorry.
All right, this has been fun at the end. Just got energy going. All right, love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. And understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed: it will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let somebody take it from you. Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.